My kids loved the Jackass movies. They loved them so much. They were obsessed by them. And then they tried to do some of the physical stunts. Let's just say I'm very well versed in ER language. My kids had 28 concussions.
Yeah, Knoxville, that coming out, he got offered SNL. We're going to talk about that. But that coming out was so breakthrough. It was so crazy what he was doing. And I loved it so much. I was like so jealous, to see how cool it was.
Well, the other thing he did great, and I can't remember which movie it was, but they put him in prosthetic makeup as this grumpy...
bad grandpa or something?
Yeah, and he was really skilled at that. And I assume a lot of it was improvised, but that made me envious. I would love to be in prosthetic makeup out on the street, kind of annoying people.
Yeah, and letting them step on your nuts. Like he had his nuts hanging out all the time from his shorts, and then
he had a permanent vice grip installed. It was called a Hooter clamp, and so he had definitive, consistent pain on his testicles all the time, so that when he would get on the set to do Jackass, he wouldn't feel like scared at all. So he also had an electroshock therapy apparatus.
Jesus.
Called a zone vest, and that would give him just small little kind of pin. I'm making it
I was like, God damn.
I love this element of I'm so glad I was around for this part of show business. Shoot the rehearsal, look at our hair, be authentic. It'd be like Frank Sinatra coming out, takes off his toupee, Dean Martin comes out, they do a breathalyzer test on him.
Yeah.
You want to see...
I wish. Behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain. That was the name I wanted for the thing, but you went with the bug. We got to have a fly in there. Why an insect?
Why? I know you hated the part about the fly in the wall because the word fly kind of grosses you out, right?
Well, I haven't met a person who's like, you know what I really like? I like puppies, kittens, and flies.
You know what is really an underrated animal? The fly. Like,
isn't it an insect?
No, Dana.
Don't you watch Planet Earth's channel?
Let's look at a clip from Planet Earth where they say, no, it's a filthy fucking bug that hangs out on turds.
Right, and not necessarily walls.
Right. So, but we,
so we made that up, and
we had Razzmatazz. Razzmatazz was good. Remember Razzmatazz was going to be one?
Oh, I like that one. Yeah,
because it's sort of vague and nothing.
And that's showbiz.
Oh yeah, that's showbiz.
I thought that was great.
You like that too, didn't you? Well, how did this piece of shit squeak through?
Piece of shit squeak. Yeah, you could do that if you spelled shit differently. So it's like, hey, piece of squeak
everything
through.
For a while there was like, that could be a title. It's like, I remember one I thought of. It was so fucking stupid. I can't remember, but
well, that's like working on your 8x10. When I came into Hollywood in the 80s, I used to meet people like, yeah, I've been working on my 8x10 for about 8 months. I go, are you writing anything? No, I've been working on that 8x10. So like just sitting around for days trying to think of a pithy name.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like, I did a corporate date once for a car company, and they drove me out in a go-kart, or I drove a go-kart on stage and stuff, or you come in a gurney, and I go, guys, I got to do an hour of stand-up. That buys me like 6 seconds of goodwill that I came in a harness. Ladies and gentlemen. And then it's like 10 minutes later. It's like...
Yeah, you're acting. Yeah. Believe me, I have a special coming out. I'm looking at it and watching the editing going, God damn. Anyway, we should get back to Johnny Knoxville.
What is the tame... sorry.
What's that?
Finish the thought. I just woke up.
What's the name of the special?
What's the name of the special?
Fly on the Stage. I know, okay. it's such a good title.
We got our big laugh. That's it. That's
all right, Johnny Knoxville.
That's the funniest thing I've heard this morning. Fly on the Stage.
No, Johnny, I was just telling Dana, that's Dana, and I'm David. Johnny,
welcome to the most casual podcast you'll ever be on. I've
been excited about this. Thanks for having me.
Johnny, this is called every question you've ever been asked, and you're going to get asked again. Not one different one.
We intentionally studied Howard Stern, all the other shows, and we want to ask identical things, and I'm going to comment as Howard throughout the interview. You don't have to think this. You could just check out for the next hour.
You guys were great on Stern the other day.
Oh, did you see?
Yeah. I listened to it. Stern constantly, and I heard your guys' show, and you guys were great.
Did you like that I kept trying to leave? I kept going, all right, Dana, Howard, thanks for coming by. And he's like, what are you doing? I go, well, it's an hour 48. What are we doing? I need some mystery.
David's production company is called One Foot Out the Door.
No shit.
I don't know if that means anything, but he's always kind of wanting to leave. He's a little fragile. And do you have a Zoom? Do you have a light in your face right now, David?
No, I look good.
You do look good. Anyway, okay. Yeah, you did Howard Stern. Did you get in there at 5:30 in the morning, kind of thing too?
Yeah. I got up at 5:30. Was there by 6.
I'm so spoiled. I never have an alarm at this point in my life, so it freaked me out. I was up at 3:45. Every second I check the clock.
Whoa. Yeah. When you have to wake up, it gets in your head.
Yeah, he would text me. Stern would text me and go, "I wouldn't sleep if I were you. You better be fucking funny in the morning." I go, "God damn, what is it?
No
Who
pressure.
cares?"
I don't remember what I said. Johnny Knoxville, is that your real
name?
Let's
get to it.
Philip John Clapp is my real name.
Mine's fucking Gary Gonorrhea.
Wow.
Mine's Dana Garno, and I switched it to Dana Carvey. Dana Garno was my stage name, and I hated that. Early days of stand-up. Please welcome Dana Garno.
No, that's just everyone said it wrong, right?
Oh, God, yes.
That's a tough one. But Clapp
sucks.
Johnny Knoxville is...
that's a cool name.
That goes off the tongue nicely. Johnny Knoxville. It's very nice.
I was going to be Scotty Scottsdale. I'm from Arizona. Yeah. And then everyone said, nothing will make you cooler. And I said, all right, I give up.
His website is called Perennial Senior. I don't know what that means, but...
Me?
You're always the kid. I don't care how old you're old. But you'll always be the kid. You'll be boyish. You're like Johnny Carson.
Johnny's so excited. He's like, I hope they just never ask me one thing. This is going long enough, and I don't want to answer anything.
I can listen to you guys all day. You're so funny.
I have some sort of, like, before we get to SNL, a couple questions.
Yeah.
So, like, Jackass, huge in our family. Love it. Kids, 2 boys. Had a few injuries, not blaming you, but it was BMX, skateboarding, but they love Jackass so much. And I just wondered if for you...
Dana, he thinks he met them. Did he meet them?
I think I met them with you one time, Dana.
You met Dex. Yes. Okay. You remember, it was you, me, and Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
At the 50th anniversary of Paramount, and we took a big photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were you standing? Like everyone in show business was in these bleachers.
Oh, I was in one of those. They bumped me for the next one.
I don't know who I was standing next to.
Montel Williams?
Yeah.
I got up in the stands and it's just Meryl Streep, George Clooney, it's everybody. And then I'm next to Billy Bob Thornton, and Billy's so eccentric. He goes, "You're the one I really wanted to meet. I'm so glad you're next to me." I go, "Really? Not Jerry Lewis?" So
right.
He's the coolest.
That was a real thing. Kirk Douglas was there.
The Attack of the Super
John
Chins
Landis was there, and he was really funny and just talking so much shit. Very rebellious and funny.
But it was like we were in Boss, because when I would look at old photos, black and white photos of movie TV stars from the 1940s or 50s, I knew they were all dead. There's a certain darkness to it. So I said that to Billy Bob Thornton. We're just going to be down in a hallway and we'll be long gone. He goes, yeah, I know. We were really into the darkness of that photo.
Right.
Hey, I have a peppier story. Johnny, I did this. Same fucking picture, I think. And it was for Paramount's like 90th, right? So I think they do them every 10 years. So I squeaked in on one, and it had scaffolding. So it was like on the Paramount lot, and they met you in a holding area. And I didn't believe that everyone in the picture was 90 stars, right? It's kind of what you guys did.
Yeah.
So everyone was a big fucking monster star. I couldn't believe it. And they were all there. So I go in the holding tank, and we go to get a drink, and they go, "Oh, we can't serve drinks because most of everyone's old, and we have scaffolding." And I'm like, fuck, what a buzzkill. So luckily, Spadoodle-Doo has 2 Jack Daniels airplane bottles in his sock for emergencies.
Right.
So this was an emergency. So I get up there, and I'm getting on the scaffolding. It's Jim Carrey, Sharon Stone, Michael Doug, everyone, the same thing as you guys. I think Mickey Rooney, Dana's buddy, was there. So anyway, I get up there, and Harrison Ford is some for some reason down the scaffolding from me. But while they're like loading Liz Taylor on a crane or whatever they're doing, I'm sitting there, and then I have my Diet Coke, so I'm going to get my little Jacques Daniels out and have a little nippy nip. So I go like this, I snap the top out of my sock. I go, and Harrison Ford's ears go up like a Labrador. He goes, like a Doberman, and then I go, uh-oh. And he looks over and he walks over and he goes, you got any more of that? And I go,
okay. Hey, this is going to trend.
This is great. So I go, fucking, first of all, Harrison Ford is the coolest dude in the world. So I immediately am excited to talk to him. He's just like nervous too. He's like, time to kill. He goes, you got any more of those? And that's when my star fucking collided with my alcoholism. And I go, no. It wasn't even a contest.
Oh, no. Han Solo went home empty.
How can you believe it? He had a solo cup.
Billy Bob Thornton got me a beer. Same thing.
Oh, he did?
Well, we had a little cocktail afterwards. Then I was so starstruck by Jane Fonda. She was leaving, and I tried to get a selfie with her, and her whole being collapsed. So if she's listening, I'm really sorry about that. Billy Bob Thornton said, you like another beer? And I'm like, okay. And then I go, Jane Fonda. And my wife's such a fan of hers. And so anyway.
Right.
Well,
Johnny Knoxville. Let's focus on Johnny for a second.
Not Johnny yet. I drank. Yeah, Johnny, we're going to have too much of Johnny in a second. So I go, here's my little drink. And I go, glug, glug, glug. And then I look down the scaffolding when I slowly felt the second one. And I think I see him lift his fedora up, and he looks at me and he's like shaking his head like, you motherfucker. Because I had another one. And then I go, okay, yeah.
Sorry,
and I
David.
loved him so much.
I didn't know that was another end to that.
Okay. I know, it just kept going. But anyway, so then I think we worked it out later. But anyway, back to Johnny.
Johnny, my question for this as a father with kids, like I was terrible at watching my kids go down on a skateboard down a giant hill. My wife could look, I couldn't look.
Right.
One of my kids, we named him the heart attack kid because he was there were 23 ER visits. They both had 5 to 6 concussions, multiple fractures. They're fine now. They stopped. And I just wondered, when your kid's running down a hill or looks like they're going to fall, are you just like a normal parent, or are you so acclimated to stunts that you're like, oh, I've seen someone fall downstairs. Steve-O did that. That's no big deal. Or how does that, that's my question.
Yeah, I'm oddly enough a real helicopter parent when it comes to safety. Like,
okay, me too.
However my sense of humor is and how I deal with them is one thing, but if they're on a swing when they're little or climbing on the monkey bars, I was right under them. And that's just how I am. And I guess I know how, the last thing I want for them is to get hurt, right?
Because you've been hurt and you know.
So like any parent, but I was a little more cautious with them.
Right. I didn't want to be Captain No all the time, so you're sort of like, it's okay, Dad, we're okay. They're in a homemade tree fort above a street, climbing around. So I try not to control them too much. And I had a sense of humor about it. They bought me a book when they were like 10 with mom, and it was called Worst Case Scenario, like how to survive a bumblebee attack in an airplane, stuff like that. So it became kind of a runner that my imagination gets away from me, and I was very protective in that way. But not to prevent 23 ER visits. Anyway, David?
Yes, Johnny, you gave the right answer. I've got a question and answer thing right here, and that was the right one. You passed the first question. Second of all, when you do this, first of all, I love Jackass growing up, and I wanted to hit you up. I see you out and about sometimes. You're always very cool, and I wanted to hit you up in the early days because Jackass looks so fun. I wanted to go there. And then I realized I'm such a colossal pussy. There was really nothing I could do. I can skateboard a little bit, but I thought there's no stunt. I couldn't do the full circle skateboarding,
David, you don't have to be good at anything. That's the whole idea. We're not going to have you. If you're good at something, you are not doing that stunt.
Oh, I like the thinking. Okay, good. I'm like, I can skateboard. Good. We'll put bees on your dick.
Well, that's it. You can do all that kind of stuff.
What's that?
You can do all that kind of stuff. Requires no skill to have bees on your dick.
No. All you got to do is, a lot of my stunts, all I have to do is stand in one spot or hold on to something. I've really narrowed it down to those two things I do good. But like the people that we bring in, like most of the time, like celebrity guests, they can just be peanut gallery. They can just be funny.
Yeah.
We won't go after. Some people we make a decision not to go after. We'll have that discussion before. It's like, okay, we're not going to go after. But like in this case with Eric Andre and Tyler, the Creator, and Machine Gun Kelly, Jeff knew them. And I was like, Jeff, do they get the full treatment? And he's like, kill them. I'm like, okay, they get the full treatment.
Yeah.
I like that you talk ahead of time, because you have to, because sometimes celeb types are a little more frail and fragile, it physically and ego wise. So they wouldn't love it. But if you know them a little bit,
they don't know how to take it. Like I've pranked people in my private life. A friend of mine who was an actor. I don't want to give a name, but I kind of went after him like I went after my guys, and it hurt he was confused by it. And I was a little obsessed with it. Because it was making my other friend laugh, and it ended up hurting his feelings. And he was just confused. I'm like, okay, I can never go after civilians again. I felt like a monster. So there's a very hard line of people I will go after and people I won't.
Yeah. Cause in the movie, it looks so fun and everyone laughs at the worst pain it is. They just laugh so hard, and they're also like used to it. Like I think in the movie, that guy, is it Aaron? Aaron gets a lot of it in the movie.
He always gets a lot of it. He's like the whipping boy. He's a very important part of the show. He's like the nail with the schlemiel, the schlemile. He's the schlemile.
That's what I was thinking. But when you, I think Dana saw it too, he wears a cup, and then they try to test the cup and they rack him in the nuts. They have Nagano, UFC guy, punch him in the nuts. I thought more that would break his whole cervix or whatever's down there. I don't know, hip bones.
Whatever's down there.
Whatever, I don't know. I'm not some doctor.
Yeah,
but
you're not an MD.
And then they did, the worst was the pogo stick, because it's an inexact science, and I think and then it started bleeding. Now, does he have any central nervous system? I'm like, this guy this is the same guy for 4 in a row. A softball pitcher, a punch, and then the pogo stick was just like, hey, fuck it. He's not getting hurt enough. Let's just
we filmed that on the same day as the softball pitcher. For some reason, Jeff and I would schedule these things on the same day. So he was taking a lot of trauma. And there's a cut of the pogo stick bit that's 7 or 8 minutes long. That is hilarious, because the peanut gallery is just murdering Aaron the whole time, because we've been filming with them all day and we love him, but he has a way of setting everyone off, and the peanut gallery was just murdering him. And it was so fun, but we had to cut it down just for the film.
Sure.
But, Aaron gets gold. Aaron gets gold, but
yeah, he does. He does. I mean, for the purpose of your movie, he's great. And I thought you would be more like Seinfeld and just sort of be in there and let the craziness around you. But after a little bit, you got in, and I said, oh, good. He's getting in, which is tough because we're all getting older. I don't know. You're 80. I have no idea how old you are. But you're
72 this month.
But you must... I'm fragile for absolutely no reason, but you have to be fragile because you just got your ass kicked over and over and over for work. And I think that you still do it is cool. It's hard, but I'm sure people might want it, and you have to do it. Do you feel like that?
Do I have to do it? No. God help me, but nothing is more fun than filming Jackass. And I did take some shots in this film. And also, I backload my biggest stunts till the end of the film. So I had like 3 big stunts left to go after the bull. But after the blow, I broke my wrist, my rib, I got a concussion, a brain hemorrhage, I spent the weekend in the hospital. It took me a couple months, 3 months to come back online, really, in my head. So we had to cancel all the rest of my stunts. So it's like, I didn't get to take as many shots as I wanted, but maybe that's good. It worked out for the best, because I've had a lot of concussions, and my neurologist is like, I think you're done with concussions.
What I was curious about is the David mentioned the word fun. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen people that joyous in the world. Like after the stunt,
in the world.
well, the loudest sustained laughter. I think that's the flip side to Jackass. Is if the guy does a massive hit and it's just massively hilarious and fun and jumping around and screaming. So it's just joyous.
Right. You know, a lot of that comes from sometimes it's really funny, and sometimes we're doing something really dangerous, and a lot of nervous energy comes out, and everyone's laughing.
Yeah.
But it is everyone, even though we're giving each other hell, and people get, you know, have PTSD, and everyone loves it, even though that they don't know what's going on, and I'm just killing them all day long. They love it.
Yeah. Well, it's like such a fun thing with dudes, and that's why it works. Everyone laughing is all fun. I mean, even movies like Grown Ups, when people say if they like those movies, it's like, oh, you guys are buddies and you're all goofing around. And we should have had a half-hour blooper reel at the end, because that's the stuff people love, you know?
Yeah, because if you're having fun, the audience is going to have fun. It's just like watching someone on a talk show. If the person's on a talk show having fun, then everyone watching is going to have fun.
That's right.
Yeah, my last question for Jackass, and we'll talk about SNL, was Machine Gun Scarecrow, Machine Gun Kelly. I thought you could have made him like a scarecrow and put him out, because he kind of looks like a scarecrow.
He has a definite Ray Bolger vibe to him. Yeah.
You put him out and tie him down to a thing and make all the birds come pick at him. But I guess
if he's tied down, then it's just, then we can do any number of things to him.
You know, once he agrees to that, you change it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll tell him it's about birds, but as soon as he's tied down, we can do anything we want to him. But he is a tall, lean man.
Yeah,
he took a good punch.
He's lanky. He's the definition of lanky.
He showed up and he's got a tattoo of the skull and Jackass Skull and Crutches on him. So it's like, if you got that, you're getting the full treatment.
Yeah, he got a good smack, and I love when it's never when you think it is, and that's the funniest part. You set him up for a different bit, and then something else happens on the way, which is great.
Yeah. And this is my last question before we go to SNL, and I'm sure you've been asked this, but like my son had showed me a long time ago the one about the guy puts the toy car up his butt, you know, and that was so huge in our house and all over the country. The way it played out, it was played so straight with that doctor and everything. Did you ever get ideas for stunts and then you reject them out of hand, even to yourself? Like, it's like, what is rejected? When are you like, oh, we could do this to this guy and then electroshock him there and then hang him up? Do you ever kind of go, no, that's too much? You don't even pitch it.
Well, I write most of my ideas by myself, and then I'll pitch them to Jeff. But in the room, terrible things get thrown out. You know how a bunch of people
a brainstorm session.
You know, funny in the room, things that you'll never repeat to anyone.
Just like comedy writing. Yeah.
With murdering air in some way, you know.
That poor guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, a lot of shit gets thrown out. It's just, we know and we're not going to do it. But sometimes if it's so far over the line, but it still makes us laugh, we'll try to figure out how to do it. And sometimes you can reel it in just a bit here and there, and it can work.
You start by saying, okay, they're naked. Now what?
Yeah. It's always funnier with their cock out.
Goddamn, I would never show it.
Yeah, first we take a sledgehammer to their balls, and then we do them. They go down the gauntlet. And
then the denouement.
The worst one was probably for me to watch. The cringiest was putting the queen bee. Where did you hide it on his wiener? Like, you put it under his dick?
Yeah, I put it under the shaft. I placed it under the shaft.
You.
Yeah.
You
trying to think where that is exactly.
And the queen bee's like this. Come save me. and then he lets all the bees out, if people haven't seen it, and all the bees come immediately to the guy's dick. And I'm just like, that's the one where I go, I can't even. And he's getting stung and screaming. It was Steve-O, right?
Yeah, Steve-O.
God,
he'd been doing meditation, and he thought he could like overpower,
pain. Yeah,
he told me that before.
Luck.
I'm like, okay, we'll see how that meditation is doing for you.
Jeez. Did he get paid in teeth whitening? Anyway,
he got some big teeth. Well, they're all.
He's
fake,
got some toofs.
He has a new set of teeth for every film.
Oh, he does have great teeth. I have an entree question that's very generic to begin our discussion about you and SNL. What was more terrifying, being on the rocket, going into the water, whatever you're most amazing, or being on the bull in the latest film, or coming out as a host? What was your nerve factor when you, Johnny Knoxville, or were you cool with it, or was it usually people, you don't do that? Well, anyway, how'd you feel?
Yeah, I would definitely rather ride the rocket or stand in front of a bull. It was nerve-wracking because I have a fear of speaking in public, right? With like the audience, I was like, that really freaked me out. And it's SNL, and it's not something that I do a lot.
It's hard to figure out. You don't really know what you're doing, probably.
No, because I didn't. And I remember we were going over some bit, and I was talking with Fred Armisen, and he was really sweet and helped me a lot.
Is very sweet.
And I'm like, I don't know kind of what to do here. And he goes, you don't have to do anything here. It's like, it's not about you in this one. I was focused on I was like the straight man, and I wasn't realizing it. Right.
Yeah.
And just little things like that.
But that calms you down a little bit. If it's the funny's like happening around you, and it's funnier if you stay straight.
Yeah, stay straight. Like don't. So there was a little of that, trying to get used to that, and the rehearsals helped me a ton. Everyone was very supportive. I know a couple of bits that I did that I wasn't really doing that well in the rehearsals, and Lauren gave me a little pep talk before about the cream will always rise to the top or something. I don't know. But,
oh no, terrifying.
Yeah. It's like, so I'm down
there's
here.
There's cream and there's a top.
I'll be here while we shoot.
Yes. You're going to bring it up. Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's almost nothing you can say. It's just because coming out for the monologue, Dana and I are stand-ups, and when we go back and host that monologue, even I'm sure Dana would agree, you're like heart's beating like, shit, man, this is so different because it's so loud when you come out. That band is so loud and everyone's going crazy, and you see the jib camera come in and you're like, shit, this is it.
But I will say it's fun to bring it up because it goes back to Don Pardo, but John, your opening monologue descended in the cast doing a prank, and it ended up with Don Pardo kicking you in the balls, right?
No.
Or was that the first sketch?
Seth Meyers was out there next to me, and he was supposed to hit me in the balls at one point.
Okay.
Like in my monologue.
Right.
So when I got to a certain word, that was his signal to hit me in the balls. But like 3 words before that, I hit him in the balls, and I absolutely smoked him, and he wasn't expecting it. And he could barely perform the next scene. It was just a perfect hit.
Wait a minute.
You don't need much power if it's in the right spot.
You go on the show, and because of Jackass, there's going to be a lot of people getting kicked in the balls. Now, so Seth Meyers was not ready for it, or you didn't? He wasn't wearing padding, or how did that happen?
Or anybody I was going to do it, but I thought it would be funnier if
he wasn't prepared.
Spontaneous if I hit him.
Holy shit!
And I was right.
So you improvised
that. I was right.
So not telling anyone, you go out to host SNL, you're not telling anyone the secret plan. He's supposed to kick you in the balls, you preempt him, and then he's out of it for about the next 10 minutes or the next sketch.
Yeah, he could barely walk to the next sketch.
Oh my God. I've done it. You've ever been looking for your keys, you go where, and you tap your nut wrong and you just drop to the ground and go, call work.
Right. It was...
I'm going to wear a cup. We're going to have dinner someday, but I'm going to wear a steel cup.
You guys are safe.
We're safe. Okay. Yeah. But so Don Pardo, I was doing a deep dive this morning. He did not do a fake kick to you, Don Pardo.
No. That was Seth Meyers getting...
Okay. God, the fucking web got it wrong. They confused Don Pardo because I thought it'd be so great.
Pardo kicked me in the nuts.
Oh, I love Don Pardo kicking you in the nuts.
Johnny Knoxville. Yeah, it would have been incredible.
Was it a knee or was it just a hand tap?
It was the back of my hand in full. Like I could feel the outline of his cock and balls on the back of my hand. It was a perfect shot. I don't want to brag, but it was a perfect shot.
So, do you mind to go into more detail? Like, what did you what you felt in the that was kind of
he's
being a little
he was
evasive
to the left as I struck him.
Yeah. Did you hurt your hand at all? Was he semi-erect, just being excited to be out on the show, or?
No, but there was probably some swelling afterwards.
Okay,
that's good.
Right, well,
now, Johnny, you're a professional too, because in the movie and the show, sometimes you just have to get someone, and so you know what you're doing. So you had one take. By the way, that never happens on the show. Something that is really unexpected like that, and I'm sure it was talked about after you left.
Yeah, that was at the after party. Zeth with
hot,
ice on his crotch. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Hey, really sorry. It just got away from me. I don't know why I did that. No, it's okay. We're cool. We're cool,
I'm
man.
really good
right?
at half-ass sorries.
Did you remember anybody in that cast that you got along with? I think you said Fred Armisen just now. That was I'm trying to picture the era of, because cast changed a lot. So that was Fred. You said was there, and Seth.
Horatio Sands.
Okay.
Rob Riggle.
Oh yeah, I did a scene with Rob Riggle when I went back. So that might have been around the same time. Oh, Amy. Okay, who's doing Update? Do you remember?
No, I have no idea.
Would have been Tina, maybe 2005.
Yeah,
is she still there with Jimmy Fallon?
Would have been nicer to me. They were so supportive. It was a scary experience, but it ended up being like a totally positive experience in my mind. And it's something about like it being live. It's just like getting in the bull ring. It's like, okay, this is what I'm doing today, and you just, the train's going by and you jump on it. Yeah. And then you're off.
It goes by really fast.
I cognized it, in my mind.
Yeah.
And when you host it, just for our listeners, flies on the wall, once the show starts and you're the host, they take you, like they grab you, like after a sketch, if you have a quick change or to get ready to go, they kind of, you're on autopilot in that sense. There's nothing else you can do. And how did you handle the cue cards? Were you okay with it? Did you try to fake it, or did you have a technique?
No, they said read off the cue cards, and I
totally agree.
You guys do this more than me, so I'm going to read off the cue cards.
Once you pick an eye line and stay with it, it's less disturbing than going to the person, to the card, back to the person.
Yeah,
especially in an over-the-shoulder shot. So
I may have made that mistake once or twice, going off the cards and looking at the person, because you kind of want to make a connection with them, but it honestly looks better, like they tell you, just read off the cards.
Yeah,
Phil Hartman had a great technique. Sorry, David. Because you have 3 sets of cards if it's 2 people talking. So Phil would kind of pretend to sort of look away. He'd look behind himself just for a second, casually, to get the line over his shoulder and then come back at you with it. There was a lot of technique when you're a cast member to not get caught.
You could drink it up when they're talking and then come back because they won't be on you. Sometimes I think the host is always in black, but you have to have different colors for the people at home so everyone knows who's talking. And sometimes right before a scene, I'm like, Sandler, are you green or blue? And because I don't know what does my guy say? Because I'm a professional actor.
I think I was red for all 7 years.
Sometimes you can request, and they go, "Oh, you like to be this," and then there's seniority.
I always knew it was John Lovitz's card because each letter he only had one letter on each card. Because Mr. Magoo was doing the best he could.
Farley had these Johnny's glasses.
Lovitz is like the Aaron McGee of SNL.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you jealous? I'm funny. Because I once told John, you're funny naturally. You don't have to try. Really? There's a lot of thought behind it. When did you turn to Mae West, motherfucker? I don't know. Are you happy to see me? Or is it acting? But no, he's the funniest. John.
Yeah,
go ahead,
David. Yeah, I was saying that Farley wears glasses just like yours, Johnny, and he would go on Update and he'd squint so much. We gave him so much shit that we go, just wear glasses. Nobody gives a shit. And then he'd wear glasses and squint for no reason. We're like, are you just used to squinting? Do you know what squinting is or what it's for? But
David, I don't know about squinting.
So when Farley. We'll get into some basics. Now just bear with us, Johnny, because I'm older. You do... is you doing before you got offered SNL, you were doing some form of Jackass. Was you getting electrocuted in the nards? Is that what was it? Your first bit? That's the first bit I saw. You're standing against a wall and someone's hitting you with a stun gun or something?
Yeah, did an article for Big Brother. It started as an article where I was going to test self-defense equipment on myself. Pepper spray, stun gun, taser gun, and I was going to shoot myself in the chest with a 38 while wearing a bulletproof vest. And
Jesus.
Jeff Tremaine, who ended up directing Jackass, said, well, you should also film it too. And we'll put it in the skateboard
Smartest
video.
thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Smartest thing.
Yeah.
So that
was your audition tape?
Yeah, no, I guess it ended up being.
There were different factions that came together, and it's a story.
It's a long process, right? Where you do that, and then you do it a little more, and then it catches on, so you do some more, and then that ultimately gets to Lauren's desk or somebody.
We did a couple of skateboard videos, right, where I was doing it was a skateboarding magazine, and I'd known Jeff a while and wanted to write for the magazine, but I didn't skateboard. But I found my way in by doing stuff in the videos and writing about, like participatory journalism type of thing. Mm-hmm. And then Jeff and I talked and we wanted to do a show. And he goes, I went to school with Spike Jonze. Let's see if he wants to be a part of it. And Spike came on board, and we had the footage from the skateboard videos. Right. And we cut a little 10-minute tape, and we took it out and shopped it around, and MTV and Comedy Central showed a lot of interest. And at that time it got to SNL, got to Lauren, the tape that we made. And I met him at the Polo Lounge at Beverly Hills Hotel.
Hello.
Which was surreal, right? I was just waiting tables 6 months before. A few months before, and now
so you cleared a table by reflex at the
You're
Polo
like
Lounge,
the head of show business now,
right? The president of show business. I'm sitting across from, and he's offering me 3 to 5 minutes each week to do what I do.
Yeah,
and it was surreal, but we were pretty far along. We were getting ready to shoot the pilot, and
shit.
Do I go on an established show? Oh, by the way, I'm so lucky that he offered. Do I go on an established show where I'm probably not going to have a lot of control over what we're doing? Or do I kind of bet on my friends and me and my friends? And I ultimately bet on me and my friends. And it could have been a disastrous move, but I felt like we kind of were on to something. And
it's got to be hard to turn down Lauren. It's got to be tough because it's such a big deal.
It was brutal
because it's so flattering. Yeah,
it's such. You feel like an asshole.
It's probably going to fail. What we're doing is probably going to fail, and I'm going to regret turning down Lorne Michaels. But
would you have been able to do what you do? Or I mean, there's some NBC standards, but was it you and your squad, or was it you?
It was going to be me, and
tough one.
I wasn't going.
It's not as fun.
Just be me.
Yeah.
So I don't have Jeff. I don't have Spike.
Spike's great.
Yeah, Spike has been he's instrumental to
talented,
all this, right? Just getting off the ground at the beginning, because Jeff and I are just two dopes. But you get Spike Jonze involved, and it's like, oh, these two dopes might know something. We didn't know anything, but we got respect because of Spike. We got an agent because of Spike. We got an attorney because of Spike. Spike has been so, contributed so much to the films and TV show over the years. Just
Well, the aesthetic, brilliant. And I don't know if you guys talked about this with Spike, but you guys are out at lakes and rural areas. It's never shot too complicated. It's very reality show vibe, wide shots, and that added to it, the authenticity vibe of it.
Right. Well, we were
never was slick.
Thank you. We were trying to decide in the beginning, because we were doing the skateboard videos, which look exactly like Jackass, right? Mm-hmm. They were shot exactly like Jackass because that's all we could do. That's how we could shoot like this, because we knew how to do that. Very simply.
Like a cheap look kind of thing.
Like a punk band that only knows 2 or 3 chords, right? This is what we do. Mm-hmm. But Jeff and I were talking, what do we have do I host from a desk and then go out to the street to do certain things? And we talked to Spike, and he's like, no, he goes, you're already doing it. it should look like the Big Brother videos.
God, another great idea.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because that would have ruined it if somebody went in and slickicized it and made too many angles.
Yeah, but we didn't know. So it took Spike to go, you're already doing it.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I checked up your celebrity net worth this morning, so I think you made the right choice. I don't know how accurate it is, but it's very healthy.
Those things are never accurate.
I know. You never know. I'm taking, but I do think that people come in and do films, short films. I don't know. It's a little bit awkward. You're outside the cast and you bring your thing in. I don't know. I think that's kind of a tough position. So I think you made the right decision, but tough to turn down.
Lauren was smart to bring you in, of course, and get in the mix.
To try to get you. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a good eye, too, because... to see that and see how interesting that is and how it could be cool, because I was hooked immediately. And you get Spike, who I think has done some Beastie Boys videos and obviously a bunch of cool things, and have a starkness to it, and whatever the vibe was, just that it works, and it worked on all levels. You being out there. I always thought you were a skater. Yeah. I was always wondering if you were a skater.
Yeah. No. I skated like when I was 13 or 14, broke my ankle. My dad just took my skateboard and tossed it in the woods because I was going to miss baseball. Right? I always played baseball was my sport growing up.
In the woods.
He tossed it in the woods. My Tony Alva.
Woods are 5 feet away.
Yeah, no. Literally 5 feet away, because I grew up in Tennessee. We had a pony in my backyard,
Nice. Love Tennessee. Love Nashville. By the way, I did talk to Lauren during that time, and I said, "Really, Johnny? Who? Knoxville? What? What do you think?" It's all the kids love it. It's sort of pranks. It's physical, and I think it'll be really good with like our young demographic. And Johnny seems like a really nice man, and we're gonna like fucking bring him in. And I go, I don't know. He's heating up on MTV. Mike, Dana, trust me. He knows a good deal when he sees it. And then after you took MTV, he was really mad. No, I made that up. Sorry.
We're gonna put honey on John Lovitz's nutsack and just let the bees go to town. Maybe add a skunk. It's up to him. Yeah,
Lovitz is going to sit on a phallic-shaped child.
We're going to zap his nuts when they walk on the monologue.
Two-year episode in 2005, and it's like happens to the best of us as far as what you can do comedically in this universe. In 2005, you had You Might Be a Gay Redneck If was one of your sketches.
Oh, the Jeff Foxworthy thing.
Yeah. Right? Could we do that now, or explain that, what that was? You might be a gay redneck if.
You might be.
That was one of the sketches that I had trouble with in rehearsrsals. Mm-hmm. I thought I was doing fine, but apparently my rhythm was off, was not good. And it took me, did I do that sketch? Did that even make the show?
As far as what I read, it did, but maybe it was only in dress. Were they asking you to do kind of a Jeff Foxworthy twang? Is that what the character they wanted?
No problem. It's just, I couldn't get the rhythm down. And it sounds moronic to say that, but it's, comedy's, stand-up's timing. And my timing, I just couldn't grasp that.
Sometimes
it's embarrassing to admit, but.
Well, it was your first time. It took me 80 shows to get my rhythm down on that fucker, so. Yeah. Go ahead, David.
And when I did a Jeff Foxworthy once, and it was a combination of, you have the redneck, and then he's got the way that he does it, and I think they're trying to emulate that. And so I was doing the same thing, where like, do you go up at the end? Do you go down at the end? I was, you might be the Ebola virus, and it was like, if people see you and run, there's a good chance you might be the Ebola virus. If people look under a microscope and see that the zygote, and I gave a long description, right? You might be. There's a good, So that was the same thing. It's like there's a couple different components to it, not just a voice. Like you're Southern, but your Southern might be a little different than his Southern, and then how his rhythm is, how he does it to match, and those things they look for. And then I've had impressions taken away from me during the week.
Sorry.
That's rough. And they give it to Dana.
I didn't mean to. You licked Horatio Sands' face in Versace Mother.
I don't remember that. I could have.
What's Versace Mother?
Since then.
This is Johnny's hosting gig from 35 years ago, and I'm asking him to tell me right now.
No, I remember Dukes of Hazzard. I remember. I ran out to see that one. Dukes of Hazzard. I remember. He was in that movie.
Yes. Well, you've had a pretty big film career, too.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of movies besides Jackass.
Yeah, I'm lucky to have feet in both areas, but...
And the Special Olympics one was edgy. Could we do that now? But it was very funny.
I read The Ringer. I remember reading
Special
that.
Olympics was on board. Like that movie wouldn't have got made if Tim Shriver was not on board with it. And
good.
Yeah. So I'm proud of that film. I stand by it.
One of my son's favorites. He brought it up today.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think, Johnny, I read that movie. I think what happened maybe, and you would know more, but maybe just on the surface, no one saw it or bothered to see any messages or anything nice about it. They just said, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Because if you watch it, you know, it was sweet. And I mean, of course, we went for it as far as comedy goes, but you had to kind of samurai get the message out there. So, I mean, I made so many great friends on that film. You know, Eddie Barbanel, who was in John Taylor, they both appeared in Jackass 3. Two of the guys. Eddie Barbanel is like a Borscht Belt comic. He is so funny.
When you do Jackass 3, do you audition these new people? What is that process like?
We reached out to people we knew mostly, and the people, and we brought them in too. Jeff and I talked to them, brought each cast member in to talk to them, because at the end of the day, we have to get along with you. We have to like having you.
Oh yeah.
That's the biggest hurdle to get over. And then we did a 2-day test in December 2019. Spike Jonze, to his credit, like, we're older now. How's this going to look? Is this going to look sweaty? We not only need to test the new people, but we need to test the old guys to see how it looks. And so we did. Yeah. And that's how we tested the new cast. We just shot it like a film for 2 days. We did about 3 or 4 bits a day, and a lot made the film. So that's
a hard part of it. Is a hard part of it, like, because you don't want people to submit. You don't want people getting hurt. You don't want any legal problems. And I'm sure people say they'd be good. They'll do anything for you. Like, they just want to be in it. They'll do anything, and you got to be careful of that.
With those people, because it could look a little dark. I mean, someone like, we'll do anything. Suddenly there's something to fight against, right?
Yeah.
It's not as enjoyable to watch as a viewer. Like, if you watch the B thing with Steve-O and he's not howling and screaming and terrified, it's not as funny. If he's just standing there like it's a big deal, there goes the comedy. So
that's
we have
the
to
human
hire
part.
people who are very honest about their emotions.
Yeah, and if you find something they don't like, then do that. Also the heavyset guy that went down the ramp and flew and kept wiping out, he was tougher than I thought. He could do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's very athletic, Zach. Zach Holmes. He's done some really gnarly stuff. And he's one of those guys that would have done anything Jeff and I asked. And that's a lot of responsibility to have over someone. And Jeff even took him aside one day. We were shooting somewhere, and there was like a 60-foot platform up there. It was unrelated to us. It was a big wooden platform, 60 feet off the ground. And Jeff's like, hey, Zach, I think for this next bit, we want you to jump off that platform. And, we'll put some...
into a cup of piss.
Yeah. We'll put some mattresses down.
I could work there.
For you.
Yeah.
And he got so upset. He got so sad and scared because he's like, I'm going to do it. And I was at first I was going along with Jeff, trying to be, we need you to do that. But I saw that he was really going to do it. And I just walked away because I couldn't do that to him any longer. But he was definitely going to do it. And then finally we let him off the hook. Like, we're not going to ask you to fucking jump off something 60 foot high onto a mattress.
Well, I just dove into cactuses. Yeah, he does. He does some of that stuff where you think it's too much. Flying into the cactus, I thought, could get in your eye. You just never know. I mean, when the guy went down the slide and you covered his arms, you know what I mean, in the oil slide, and then he
right. Yeah. Oh, Eric.
You're and you could snap your head. I mean, my God, I go, you just get lucky. Like, everything's okay.
Yeah, I was in the hospital while they filmed that.
You were?
Really?
Right before.
After the bull?
Yeah. And we had another bull bit to do that day. I was going to do 2 bull bits. But after they took me away in the ambulance, none of the guys, they're like, fuck you. We're not doing anything with the bull.
It feels kind of like there's a rhythm to it. You know, it's almost like sex. It's like there's anxiety and dread. Then there's fear and pain. And then there's resolution and laughter and relief. You know, each set has the emotionality of these 3 quadrants. Are you and Spike aware of that when you're editing it? Like, this is how much anxiety and dread. Now we've set it up, and now we're going to show, you know what I mean? Because it really, really works on an emotional and funny level.
Pacing has a lot to do with Jackass, because you don't want to put too many like gross bits in a row or too many big stunts in a row. You got to have, if you see something gnarly, or you got to have a little palate cleanser after that.
Yeah.
And then we space everything out, and we have to space the cast out. You don't want too much of this or that.
Yeah.
So pacing is something Jeff and I and Spike really focus on in the edit.
Like there's a little bit with just a little bit of dialogue more than a stunt. It's like might end in something small, but it is a little palate cleanser. I like that. I like that. Also, the guitar, the crunch of whatever is another genius. Just one more thing that makes it work.
Yeah. Thank you. That song, though, if you listen to it, it's so different once the lyrics kick in. It's just a beautiful, like wistful song once the lyrics kick in. But it sounds just like some hillbilly hoedown at the beginning.
Yeah,
but it's something different.
The parts you use are high qual.
Johnny, there's sorry, I was just
no. I had a question for Dana.
David, I'm just interested a little bit in just you being from Tennessee, and you have some manner about you that's very sort of country, and it's very polite and sincere. And I just wonder, just something about the culture of Tennessee. I'm the only Tennessee person I do is Al Gore, and when I do him, he's a very earnest and sincere man. We're going to do better because we have to with climate change. And so you have kind of this country. I'm not saying Dolly Parton, but there's a sincerity and likability about you. Anyway, I'm just observing as I've gotten to know you.
Well, thank you. That's very kind.
Yeah.
Dolly grew up about 20 minutes from where I was. So,
have you ever met her and hung out with her?
This is how I have social anxiety sometimes, right? And so I was at Yamashiro's.
Oh, yeah.
Up on, in Los Angeles.
In LA.
Yeah. It's a restaurant.
Sushi.
Yeah, it's a sushi place. And Dolly Parton walks out of the bathroom. And it was like 10 years ago. And I just froze. And I'm like, as much as I wanted to meet her, I didn't want to bother her, because I'm sure people grab her. She walks out of the bathroom all the time, and I just couldn't do it. So I froze up, and I've regretted it ever since. Right. But I get real social anxiety sometimes. And so that was my Dolly.
I do that too. People do that. I think that's a polite way to go. You sometimes kick yourself, but it is probably the most polite way to go.
Is to let them be.
Yeah, because you have it both ways.
Huh?
But if you saw her and she came up to you, it'd be fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I would drop. I would.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us normal people, until you're Brando or something. How do you attach yourself to your own celebrity? I had a masseuse once in Malibu in the 90s, and she was massaging Bob Dylan, and she said Bob Dylan said to her, that I've never caught up with my fame. He's just Robert Zimmerman, and you're Johnny Knoxville. And so, but to me, you're just really famous. And of course you go talk to Dolly, but I get that. I don't ever think I'm a famous person. I have no connection to it at all. And my wife reminds me if I do. Yeah.
Bob Dylan and his zingers. I was born very far from my home, and I was just trying to get back home again. At the beginning of No Direction Home. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, he doesn't quite do that. So I love his later stuff. I love when he does do banter with the audience, some of these bootleg concert films, and he does just the worst jokes. Hey, did you hear about the man who had 5 penises? His pants fit him like a glove. It's just terrible.
Anyway, here's like a Rolling Stone.
Here's blowing in the wind.
By the way, that's notorious. I saw Adele. She was actually funny. I saw Lionel Richie. They both were doing jokes between like almost every song, but they were working. And I was like, God damn, they have a better act than I do. And they have their singing.
Yeah.
So
Dolly does jokes and they're amazing. She has such great timing.
Yeah, she's a charmer. She hosted SNL too. And this was probably, I don't know, 89 or something. She says, yeah, there's like a little boy lives about 10 miles away from me. And I think someday he's going to host SNL. I said, what's his name? It's Johnny Knoxville. And I go, you don't sound like Dolly Parton.
Yes.
Did you say that?
No, I made it up. Sorry.
God, we ruined it.
I was like, I can't. Dolly knows who I am.
She for sure knows who you are.
Who doesn't know who you are, Johnny? I mean, but my wife, when someone asked for my autograph, and my wife, who I've been with since 1950, she goes, oh, you're famous now. It was so epiphanal, like, yeah, you mean all famous people are just people? They're just somebody who got famous. He goes, oh, you're famous. Wow, you're famous. That's unbelievable. I go, thank you, dear. No, she's listening.
You're like, I'm just a guy from Montana.
I'm just kidding, sweetheart.
Everyone is just someone from somewhere because they go, oh, I'm just from Arizona. I'm from Tennessee. But it's very rare that people are just born in Beverly Hills famous. They're always coming here. Everyone's from somewhere, so they never quite believe it's happening. All right, we should let Johnny go. I think he's been a good sport.
Johnny, really are you on a press junket? You got 5 hours lined up?
No, he's probably done. He's almost done.
Are you going to have lunch?
Yeah, I do NPR next.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Oh, they're exciting. Yeah.
It's good.
Get ready for bees and balls questions.
Johnny Knoxville will be joining us next on
Johnny, tell us again why you wear glasses.
Why
get ready for the hard-hitting
flannels, Mr. Knoxville? Why the red flannel in the dark glasses?
Can you show the audience your penis?
Can you now proceed to the plastic punishment room where we will spray with things until you pass out? Hi, I'm
fit
NPR.
My ring finger down your pee hole. Let's give it a shot.
You probably could.
That was a real question.
I broke my penis once.
Who hasn't?
Motorcycle, and I had the catheter for 3.5 years afterwards. It was with the catheter.
Jeez, did you forget to take it out?
Like bigger than a number 2 pencil, and I'd have to jam that down the head of my penis.
Sick.
So it hit my bladder. So you could probably get a AAA battery or your pinky in there. We'll see.
But aren't you happy every day you wake up then and you kind of, maybe get some coffee. Oh, I don't have a pencil up my dick. God damn, what a great day it is.
But after you film a Jackass, like for me, it's like I got to the end of the film and I'm like, I'm still walking. And I'm not even trying to make a joke. That's how, because you go into it like not knowing how you're going to come out of it. And it's such a relief that, okay, I'm still walking. I'm still, have control of my faculties semi.
I can pee without pouring it out of my dick.
Is this your last fight before the Thriller in Manila? Or is this you don't know yet?
Well, I think we could do another one, but if so, I would step back and try to sit next to Jeff behind the camera because I can't, like I've unfortunately seen my last, got in with my last bull. I
think
do that.
If you're out there laughing with everybody, I think it's okay. I think if you're still part of it and you're laughing and you're setting people up, I think as long as you're in the mix.
I would love to volunteer to be suspended by a 300-foot crane. Nothing physical, just suspended by 1 foot and kind of swing me over Times Square or something. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm available, but I want a really tight knot. I want to be really attached.
I'll do a show with you for ABC Family called Jackass Juniors, and we have little kids, and we just push them into trains and walls and stuff.
We thought about, that. But it was just like, it's like you think about it, it's like, oh, that's a terrible idea. But it's funny.
We're going to call it Ask Jack. I have a show called Ask Jack where no one gets hurt and they just have lunch. It's a talk. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll pitch it.
All right.
Yeah, it's called Ask Jack's Delight. It doesn't matter now. My agent will contact your people. Anyway, Johnny Knoxville, loved hanging out with you.
You're a great guy. You're always nice, quiet in person, nice dude. Out when I see you, very cool. And thanks for coming on.
It's a pleasure. I really sincerely appreciate you having me on.
Thanks, guys. Next week, we've got John Lovett. Hello.
Fly on the Wall has been a presentation of Cadence 13.
Please listen, then rate, review, and follow all episodes.
Executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Chris Corcoran of Cadence 13, and Charlie Finan of Brillstein Entertainment. Production and engineering led by Greg Holtzman, Richard Cook, Serena Regan, and Chris Basil of Cadence 13.
Well, I have to tell you, Dana, remember when they had the Puxatawny Phil? Do you know who that is? Mm-mm. That's the little rodent that predicts winter.
Oh yeah,
and he comes out. But they back in winter when that happened, I remember someone leaked that he's a Republican, so now they're shadow banning him.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of fun. I mean, it's kind of...
It's good.
Anyway, John Hamm.
John Hamm is a ham.
In better news, John Hamm is a, by the way, great dude. Obviously, he's a stud. Obviously, he's good looking. I'm sure he's tired. I would never be tired of being called good looking. I'm sure he is, because it feels like it takes away that he's good.
I would be flattered if anyone had ever written a review about me saying, despite his good looks, and then the rest of the review, stunningly attractive does not begin to express. But John Hamm, what's great about him, and there's not that many of them, like Leading Man, brilliant dramatic actor, Mad Men, literally am possessed by that show. We just watched the entire last year, all of Mad Men. So that's brilliant. And then he's a comedian too.
Yeah,
he was great on SNL.
And he likes comedy and he gets into it. He was also in The Town, which was I love The Town.
Town's a
badass movie.
Yeah.
And he loves to be in the comedy world and get in the mix. Sort of got that Tom Hanks vibe where he likes to get in, and Alec Baldwin, those guys just get in there and be funny and come to the show and do whatever you want. And he's also popping in movies and Bridesmaids, of course, and some other ones. So I like the guy. I don't know him really well, but I see him out. He's on Curb too. Also, I get a little offended when all the other guys are on all these comedy shows, and you go, what about the comedy people, the actual comedy people that do nothing else and never been accused of being good looking, and in reviews they only get, this chick would never be with this motherfucker. And I'm like, every single movie? Yeah, we don't even know who the leading lady is, but not a chance.
There you go. This perennial virgin, David Spade, tonight on Action News. I'm Tony Fanabo, and we're out and
he goes, this
Vendetta
movie,
Place, where
this
David
movie
Spade
stars Fuckface, whatever his name is. I'm like, you can't even look to see what my name is because you forgot it for 1 second.
Fuckface McGee is starring once again
in some dog shit. You know what they said on The Wrong Missy? The best review I got was, it's a delightful piece of shit. That's what a guy said, and I go, okay.
Damn, I love the way the metrics are different rather than box office. They say, what was it called? Missy what? World Missy?
Wrong Missy.
Wrong Missy. Got like 2 billion minutes of views.
So
Wasn't
good.
it something like that?
But no one will give it up. They're like, I think it was the 8th best movie of all time on Netflix.
I give it up for 2 billion minutes.
Yeah, and they're like, but I mean, a lot of the reviews are like, I watched it all and laughed a lot, but don't worry, it's shitty. And I'm like, well,
for a shitty movie, you could do worse.
The third time I saw it, I was like,
hi, I'm Johnny Backhanded Compliment.
Yeah, that's how it was. It's like, because they have to tell the reviewer buddies they do not like it. So they go, it's funny. I mean, I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. But I did laugh.
You know what I found myself is the other key. Not very witty, not very charming, sometimes stupid, but I found myself laughing several times. I'm Johnny Backhand for passiveaggressivenews.com.
Listen, speaking of bad reviews, John Hamm gets none. He's good. Hang on, I'm
John
so busy.
Hamm has, talk about open range with Costner. John Hamm has what you call a good old-fashioned range.
Yeah.
And when he did Mad Men, when I first discovered him, and then seeing him in later things, he literally changed his face subtly and made his voice deeper. Mm-hmm. I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you think, but the all-new Chevy. He also is a great voiceover artist.
Yeah.
And he can make himself I think he can literally make himself super handsome. Then he has a way medium handsome, lowers the chin, shoulders back, little high-waisted jeans, and then he can go to kind of play the hobo,
Yeah. I've in the Guinness Book for playing the same character for 22 years in every different thing I've done.
I'm hoping that if we get to season 3 of Fly on the Wall, that people literally will be going, David, Dana, David.
Who's who?
Why is their hair melding into them? And why does Dana have unorganized facial hair and David has like a little mustache and a goatee and then it's all empty in the
We're
sides?
all basically the same. I know. I hate this. Believe me, I don't like it. I just do because it looks worse without it. All right, let's go to John Hamm. People are sick of us. John Hamm, folks.
All right. Here comes the funny.
I heard the Regal Beagle flying in.
This is it, man. This is not going to be... We're
That
always
should be your
gonna,
nickname, Spader.
Eagle Beagle.
You can always test how old people are. If they see a shirt that says Regal Beagle, they either get it or they don't. And no one gets it. You do.
Mm-hmm.
I do indeed.
John, it's good to see you, bud.
John Hamm is... John, we already introduced him, right? Okay.
Do we start? Yeah, right?
We've been going for about 20. So when you get up in the morning, you have your list. You're going to do this, call this person, podcast at 11 with Spade and Carvey. Does it make you happy or sad?
Red letter day. You caught me right before I'm going to. I'm leaving the country too. I leave on a vacation tomorrow. So
could we get the airline and flight number just out of total curiosity? I'm an airplane nut.
We're going to Kiev. I don't know. It sounded fun. It seemed like a place to go.
Leave me alone. Listen, what is going on over there? Sean Penn's over there. What's he filming?
I don't know. You know, Sean Penn he likes a hot spot.
He goes to the hot spots. He brings a kayak.
Oh, yeah.
He brings everything he needs in case. He brings Band-Aids.
His
He's
kids and my kids went to high school together.
Oh, wow.
Up here in Northern California. And during, I think it was Katrina, all of a sudden he was in a rowboat in New Orleans or something. Yeah. So Sean does get into the muck. He's not
afraid. Go to Haiti. He'll go to New Orleans, wherever you need him.
Swiss Army knife on him at all times.
Yep. A Leatherman.
Southwest to Dallas.
I switched to a Leatherman joke and just sort of cleaned it up and said, Swiss Army knife sounded like I would understand that.
Well, I am going to Switzerland. Weirdly
Are
enough.
you for real? What are you going to do? Ski?
Ski. Yeah, I've never been skiing in the Alps. I've never really learned how to ski.
Place.
Well, wait a minute. Were you someone who could ski as a kid, as a young man?
Here's what my first ski lesson was. It was in St. Louis, Missouri, on a frozen golf course, and my friends who all knew how to ski said, just keep your skis pointed and keep your weight on your downhill ski, and then pushed me, and so I.
Wow.
Immediately couldn't figure out. They're both pointing downhill for me, so I didn't know which was which, and I immediately fell down.
The parents at school, they'd all come in on crutches like around December. You know, they'd go to Lake Tahoe to ski, and then they'd all be kind of in a boot for a while.
Yeah, we had a big diaspora of rich kids that went to Aspen and Breckenridge and like Colorado. That was the move, but I was not wealthy.
Wow.
Let me tell you about my first skiing, Dana. Give me 20 minutes here. I went to I ski, I snowplow, I ski like I'm looking for a contact lens, you know.
Okay, sure.
So I'm not good. My friends go, the best way to learn is go to the top of the hill, but it's really to ditch me, you know. So I have all the green runs. I go, let's go down Pop-Tart. And they all go, no, we're going to go down Devil's Ballsack. I go, no, that one sounds hard. I go, listen, I worked it out. We're going to go down Santa Claus into Jelly Bean and then into Candy Corn and then Pillow Town. And they go, no, Hitler's abortion. Here we go.
They're like, no.
Yeah. Hitler's abortion. Here we go. And I go, no. That one, it's not on the map, but that sounds hard.
It's not even a thing.
It's going to, and so... The point is, Dana, some of those sound hard.
I'm enjoying this very much. Did that chunk ever find its way into your stand-up?
Yeah, that was in my last special.
Okay, got it. Bit alert.
I remember it, but I was too kind to bring it up.
I dodged a train, not a bit. Cross-country skiing with my brother and his wife, and in the woods, lost, noise, and then suddenly a train, and we dove into the embankment. Not funny, but very interesting. A train.
You didn't see the tracks?
We did. The tracks were covered. It was really quiet. Maybe we were kind of yelling or whatever. And it probably was. It was coming around a bend, and then.
Wow.
I mean, It wasn't like 1 second we would have been dead, but it was like, 5 seconds.
Just proves the old saying, never go cross-country skiing.
Yeah.
And always dive away from a train that's coming at you. That's what I say. Now, what's your favorite podcast you've been on so far since the pandemic, John? Because we want to try to top
this
it.
This is up there. I was very much
Already?
looking forward to this. Now, I know both of you sort of separately, and here and there, but it was a very exciting thing to be asked to be a part of. So, I mean, the jury's still out, but I mean,
I guess it's show business, but yeah, we're thrilled to have you on the show. Thrilled. We did a deep dive. We do our homework.
John's from St. Louis, Dana, where my daughter lives. Mm-hmm. Isn't that real?
St. Louis, Missouri.
What is she doing in St. Louis?
Well, actually, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. We'll get to that later.
We all do, Woody Allen. Don't mean to be didactic or facetious.
No, you're a wonderful guy.
No, he's a beautiful, intelligent woman.
It's just that the location is sensitive. I fear rock croppings, older age. Sorry.
She lives where it gets a little more good looking towards Springfield, where Brad Pitt's from.
Okay.
That's a good plan.
Fair enough.
I like it.
Oh, here's Brad Pitt from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. Let's face it, buddy. This is Leo. Let's face it, buddy. I'm a goddamn has-been. What'd that guy say to you? You want me to go to Italy and do Italian movies? Don't cry in front of the Mexicans. Look, I'm your gopher, man. And I kind of like watching your house up in the hills when you go off and do your things. But where I come from, going to Italy and doing an Italian movie ain't the worst of it. Did you see the movie, John?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I was like, has John seen it?
I was wordlessly enjoying that.
Do you watch your movies and television shows?
Yes. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I seek them out, but if they happen to be on and I'm in the mood, yeah, for sure.
Because John Lovitz on Monday would be down the hall with a VCR watching Saturday Night Live. John knows this, and laughing his ass off at his sketches. I always felt I would look at them, but trepidatiously, feel like I'd be too critical or too self-conscious.
It's funny. I guess having done, we did 90 some odd episodes of Mad Men. So I'll put, if one happens to be on and I'll click on it, I'll go like, oh God, when was this? Like, what was going on in my life and what was happening? And
sometimes you go, wow. I remember that day it was cold and we came to the set late. Yeah. There was a problem with the lights.
Or sometimes I have no, the show debuted over 15 years ago. I think the debut was 2006. So whatever that is, 16 years ago. Yeah. And it went off the air in 2015. So that's 7 years ago. So it's a very weird. It's like,
if I was in a show that good, I think I might look at it. Like Burt Lancaster, I did a movie with him once. He goes, how are you going to be in television? You've got no chin. So I don't look great in a profile. Like I'm going to be, but if you have a movie star head,
yeah, he does.
Movie star heads are different. There's, I don't know, James Brolin from back in the day.
Brolin's got a big dome.
And it's just a good cranium and then a chin.
I'll tell you, it'll put you in your place too, being in the SNL makeup department, because you see all of the heads of all of the people over the years.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
sitting there lined up like little soldiers. And I will say I was probably in the top 1 percentile of head size in that room. I think only Affleck and Brolin had me
really
on head size.
Affleck has a noggin on him. Who told me? George Siegel. I did a show with him, and he said, "I have a movie star head," meaning him. He said, "You don't," meaning me. And he said, "You might have trouble in the movies." And I said, "Well, thanks for that." Is that in?
Same thing. What are these fuckers doing?
Yeah, fuck him. He's so excited about his big fat head, but
we're comedians.
He did. I go, I'm just going check to check here. I don't know what's next. But I have a 2-part question for John. Is
okay.
it? Okay.
I have a 3-part. Can I first just insert?
Sure.
Insert, because we'll get it out of the way. My Don Draper impression.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
Don Draper is asked to give someone a ride to the airport. I don't even know you.
That's it? Wait,
That's it.
no, that's not bad though.
Well, I can't. It's a soft one. I don't even know.
Is that your hook, John? Is that line is your hook? I see it in memes. He's on memes a lot.
Oh,
on Instagram.
yeah. I've seen some of the memes. I don't know if that's one of them. I know there's one of me like laughing and drinking that it gets used quite a bit, but
that might be a GIF.
Might be a GIF.
Let's not. It's a blurry line.
I don't want to confuse the issue.
Yeah.
No one in the history of film or television has made smoking a cigarette cooler. Maybe McQueen or Bogart, but
it's pretty rare company, that's for sure.
You really got that.
It makes you cooler
down.
for sure.
I mean,
well, it makes you sicker.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big debate.
That.
Is it worth it to smoke?
Look, the science isn't in.
Table the lung damage. Let's just go with how hip it is to the way you did that.
The science is on its way in, but some early reports say it's bad for you, but I say it looks cool, so it's sort of a coin toss.
I say, do your own research.
Yes.
All right, I have another quick, a 30-second compliment.
Let's get Joe Rogan in on it.
We compliment our guests here, but this is just an observation from me, is that when I watched Daniel Craig doing James Bond, then I met him at the Oscars, name drop.
Go.
And he's still Daniel Craig, but he does this thing that becomes James Bond, and I felt that you did the exact same thing on Mad Men. You have John Hamm, and then either your jaw or your shoulders, just an interesting connection for me. I really felt that. So
there is a part of it, that's very, depend. Obviously, when I'm wearing the suit and the thing and the hair slicked back and all that stuff, it's obviously very different.
The way you carry yourself and everything.
There's very much I am playing a character on that. It's not just me wandering through my day.
Daniel Craig is a character actor, and I think you are too.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first time I hosted the show, we had several Mad Men sketches at read through.
27.
Yeah, I'm sure they load them up.
Hey, because you're gonna get one at lead, so you might as well throw everything.
Well, one made it on the air.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was funny because I had spent the time up to then doing other sketches and reading various funny parts and this and that's, and as soon as it got to the Don Draper, I sort of dropped into the Don Draper voice, and everybody kind of went,
"Oh,
it's a character."
Every girl slid off her chair.
That's what that sounds. That's what that sounds like.
And the cadence, the rhythm. I mean, you're married with the writing.
Very much
but
that stuff
very,
too.
Very cool. David, did you have something before I interrupted your 20-minute question?
Thank you, Dana.
I'll get back to you, John.
I have too many. One was I was at the Mirage this weekend. Oh, I appear there sometimes.
Whoops.
But I was first I saw on TV, I watched Mr. and Mrs. Jones.
Keeping Up with the Joneses, yes.
Yep. Is that what the final title was? Yep.
Yeah, they went with that.
And then, and he's a stud in that. And I go, you work with Zach and Gal. Is that how you say her name? Gal?
Gal.
Yeah. Yep.
Gal Gadot.
Great.
Or Gadot.
Yes. Jesus Christ, she's beautiful. And then,
it's arresting.
Thanks.
I mean, I'd be sick. So
You're welcome.
you did a good job in that because it was so funny. I was about to see you and I was about to come dink around and look at your stuff when I got home, and I go, ooh, I get to watch this. And what a fun sort of different movie to be in. And then I was with Ray Romano. We do shows together and we golf sometimes and then talk about a quick impression. I think, Dana, he does a Ray Romano.
Everybody kind of does a Ray Romano, right?
But I never heard one really. And I fucking work with them.
Well, there was a joke that we had going on. I forget who started it. But it was always like that you could do Brad Garrett and Ray Romano very having a conversation. Ray's back here. Oh, come on. And then Brad Garrett is Raymond. So it's just back and forth. Come on, Raymond. Come on,
it's mice and men. Yeah, it's really Lenny and Squiggy. It's different versions.
That's it. See, I love micro impressions where it's just the essence. You don't need to say anything more.
I love Ray. I mean, everybody loves him. It's been established at this point.
They named a show after that concept.
But he's awesome.
Super sweet. Here's my Barney Fife. Ange? So that's only one word.
That's all you need.
Barney Fife.
Whoa, Andy.
Yo, Ange.
Here's my Christopher Walken sees a magic trick. Quick. Wow. That's it. We're done. Boom.
Hey,
boom.
Dana, did I tell you, and John, you can listen, when Aykroyd said we should do Mayberry, me and him, that was back after Coneheads. He goes, maybe we should do Mayberry RFD. I play Andy Griffith. You play.
You got to save the money. You got to save the money.
And then
he was always very business.
We went off about aliens, but yeah, I love Danny Aykroyd, and that we should have done it.
Well, let's think for a second of a John
Make it happen
Hamm,
on the podcast.
David Spade.
That is too late, I guess.
Can we put you?
Oh, me and John, yeah,
in a series live streaming? We call Ted at Netflix. You're already on FX, Hulu. You're everywhere. But by the way, non sequitur, I love the Apple commercial.
Oh, thanks.
That's right.
What about John Hamm? Or what happened?
Everybody but John Hamm.
I mean, that is so.
That was the name of the commercial. Was that the name of the commercial?
Yeah, that was the name of the campaign.
I love it because they say it on the top in quotes when you get your call sheet. Everybody but John Hamm. The Hammer. The fucking.
That's just like a great commercial.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Wrote that, and just the way you played it, was hysterical.
It was funny too. Like my friend, a guy who I've known, who's a buddy of mine. You guys may or may not have met my very tall friend named Tall John, who is the comedy writer. He used to write for Sarah Silverman's show.
He works with Sarah. Yeah.
I think you've met him at Largo or something. And he's hard to miss. He's 6'10", but he used to write promos for the WB back in the day. He and Drew Goddard and this guy Wayne McClammy, who was directing it, and he used to direct the promos. Mm-hmm. So it was like we used to all go out and get beers and stuff and hang out in the late 90s in LA when we had no money, and we would go to Largo or we would go see comedy or what have you. And now it was very strange to like see that dude on a set of a commercial that I was sort of nominally the star of, which was pretty cool.
Well, the tall guy, he would be at Sarah Silverman's roof party. He would actually stand on the sidewalk, and we'd be on the roof. But you would go to Largo. Would you go to Largo a lot? Because I know you like comedy, and you'd go see stuff.
I did.
Right?
Yeah, that was my entree into sort of cheap entertainment because
great theater.
LA even back then was expensive.
Sure.
And I did not have much money, and so for whatever $2-5 drinks or whatever it was, and I didn't have to wait in line because I usually knew somebody, and I got to know Flanny and the gang.
Flanny,
nicest club owner.
Yeah, yes. He's a great.
But it was a pretty hot moment in time, the late '90s, and it was everyone from Zach was just starting up. He had that weird show on VH1.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Odd Fit, and then guys like Bob Odenkirk and Sarah and Tenacious D. And,
shit.
Paul F. and Doug Benson, just all those guys now that are sort of the eminence grise of LA comedy is that's when they were all going. It was $5. It was like
it's great. It's still, I don't think it's that expensive. Largo is still a great place to go run stuff or go just jump on somebody's show. Or
I think the last time I saw you was at
Largo with
Sarah. I think so. There's a photo of you, me and Sarah.
Did we take a picture?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Post it,
I
tag me.
At Largo a lot.
I tagged the shit out of you in that picture, I think.
Anyway, can we for a second talk about like just right before Mad Men and SNL? Because that's really interesting because people or our listeners may not know this. So you literally you came to LA, you were still not working, making a living as an actor till 29 or 30. So you had years of waitering. I mean, I was just How long that go on? Because
when I got to LA, I moved out to LA in '95. So and I didn't stop waiting tables until I was 29. So I had about 4 years of kind of roaming the desert, so to speak. And weirdly enough, I got a text from a number that I didn't recognize about a month ago, saying, "Hey, is this John Hamm that used to work at this restaurant that I used to work at down in Venice?" Oh. And I said, okay, I haven't, yes, this is, but that's a very weird way to refer to me, but okay, yes.
Yeah.
And it used to be owned by Dudley Moore and Tony Bill. It was called 72 Market Street. It's not there anymore. Mm-hmm. But it was like a really cool Venice restaurant, Sean Penn and Angelica Houston and Robert Graham and all the cool West Side folks would hang out there. Mm-hmm. And I was a waiter there. And so, that was the first time I ever saw paparazzi. Richard Gere came in with someone who wasn't Cindy Crawford. He just broken up with Cindy Crawford, and it was like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So anyway, they were having a reunion of this thing, so they're trying to get everybody that used to work there. And fun fact: the guy I worked with at that restaurant left the job to go to Juilliard, and I didn't see him again until the pilot of Mad Men, where he played the young tobacco executive, like the younger
protege
version.
Oh, so wow. Did you wait on famous people like that you admired and stuff? Did you wait on famous?
The only time I really waited on anybody famous was Don Henley once.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't have been nicer.
I love Don Henley. There was a run there when
Mitch Glazer, who you probably know, Dana, or maybe you do
Kelly
too,
Lynch
David,
is
and Kelly. They're neighbors now, and I used to go and run catering at their house. Which was
Mitch
very
was an
weird.
old.
Wow.
I heard you worked on porn sets as a fluffer. Did I read that right? What is it? What does that do? What does that mean?
That was my first question.
There were no genitals touched. I was in the art department, believe it or not.
There's an art department.
Art department for porn.
Yeah, I mean it was softcore porn. It was like Skinemax.
Was it Emmanuel?
Kind of late night, whatnot. We shot in these dismal, dingy places down in LA, downtown.
I love it.
These stages.
Was it like really like Skinemax? Like they'd be kind of naked, but they weren't.
It was like
real.
some dude in a sock and a lady with patches on her whatevers, and it was go time. And then then they'd have like these ridiculous scenes of like, what do you mean you're lost? Let me give you a ride.
I've got a divining rod.
I was just walking by and
I happen to have a boner.
But right here, I got an extra one. You want to borrow one?
Oh shit! What?
Yeah, no, I got the job from a girl I went to college with who was like, she was like, I can't do this anymore. It's like soul crushing. And I was like, I'll do it.
Soul crushing.
I'll do anything.
How about entertaining?
Yeah.
Kevin Nealon and I did a bit on SNL where we sat in chairs like we were porn stars and we were you didn't have like we were naked, you can't see, and we had people attending to our crotch. It was like, powder it up nice, trim it down, make it nice for the people, put a little fence around it. I mean, we went nuts.
I remember that one.
You remember that?
Put a little fence around it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
John knows SNL. John is. I watched the monologue this morning where you were an ad guy. Of course, you knew you're going to have to do an ad one.
Yes.
I thought it was funny. And Bill Hader, you kept saying, "No, ma'am." And then he goes, I'm not a ma'am. And then you go over here and do something. Then you come back to him. And then Andy Samberg trips you up. But I thought that was funny that you can actually think of them on your own.
No, that was funny.
I've done it. I've hosted 3 times as well,
Me too.
John. So we should talk to Lauren. If you want to have a 3-timer club, we could do it.
It's fine. It won't need as much.
Everyone's got a Lauren. Go ahead.
John, which one of the 18 Mad Men sketches were you sort of gravitating towards?
John, you can pick 1, maybe 2. 3 is too much.
3. I just feel like maybe one after Update. One maybe a commercial parody.
Yeah, the 3-timer, not as much play. The 3-timers,
3-timers don't get anything. One thing I'm curious about as we go into your SNL experience is like, so Mad Men comes out, it's only on like a year or a year and a half. I mean, so you get that, you're starting to feel you're riding this rocket, your whole life's changing, and then you get the call. You weren't even on Mad Men that long. That's my curiosity. Before Lauren, who loved it immediately, told me about it. You're on now. You're going to host SNL. It just seemed like a rocket ship.
Yeah, in fact,
was that like?
I remember when my agent said they want you to host SNL. It was in New York City. It was at a back when they had magazine things. There was a magazine cover that I was on, a party for it, and my girlfriend at the time and I were about to leave the country to go to this trip we had planned. I had been working all year. We were like, we have to book this trip and it'll be great. And it was the week that they wanted me to host SNL. So I had to say no. You
said no to the SNL?
Yeah.
To go on vacation?
And I was like,
ballsy.
That'll be the end of that. I guess
They'll
I'll never get asked,
back?
but at least I was asked, blah, blah, blah. Huh. And immediately it came back. Well, how about the following week? And okay, that sounds great. Like, sure. And not having any idea of what it entailed at all, other than knowing the show and knowing, kind of some of the people at that point. I knew I had met Amy and I had met,
was that
Kristen
Circa?
and that crowd.
Great one.
So there were a couple people that I knew that had been there for some time, but it was a real eye opener to the first time, to say the least. And that was also happened to be the episode that Amy Poehler was wildly pregnant and then had her baby Saturday afternoon. So we had to completely
wow.
retool the lineup.
And is it true that she found out during rehearsal that her doctor had died and then you calmed her down? I'm sure you've told that story. Well, what did you say? And then she laughed her ass off. Go ahead, tell that story.
I was sitting next to her. We were shooting a thing with Jimmy Signorelli.
Yeah.
The late, not even it was late, but the late great, so to speak,
filmmaker
guy who did all the pre-tapes.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there. We're in some weird office space in Midtown. And Amy is, 9 months pregnant. And I'm sitting there, and it's a Don Draper. Here's how to pick up ladies. Like rule 1, be Don Draper. Like, okay. And so it was really funny.
Non-stop.
Like Fred Armisen is playing the guy who's like, hey, maybe you want to go on a date. And they're like, get lost, weirdo. And then I'm like, hey, how about it? And Polar's line is, let's get me out of this skirt.
I wanted to have that career. Can I go back in time?
I want that.
So it was really funny, but we're sitting there in the makeup chairs. They have the kind of temporary thing with the lights and the mirrors set up. And I don't know really anybody, especially the makeup artists or the hair people or anybody. I'm just, okay. And kind of going along. And then Polar gets a call and... hello. Yeah, I can't. What? I mean, you gotta be kidding me. And then immediately starts to like get emotional and sob and stands up and walks kind of behind a thing. And I'm hearing like sobbing, like, and I'm like looking at the hair, the makeup person is like frozen. I'm like, what's
what
happening?
do we do?
And what do we do? Like, do we go home? Like, show off? What's happening?
Do we recast?
So it's like, this all takes place in about 35 seconds. And she comes back from around the little fake wall and has clearly been like crying. And everyone's like, Amy, oh my God, what's happening? She's like, you won't believe this. I just found out my OBGYN, who's been with me through this. This is her first child. Has been with me for this whole trip. He just died.
God damn.
Like, no way did this happen. And I was like, oh my God, Amy, that's terrible. But this is like a really big thing for me. So can you pull your shit together like now? And she immediately was like, bah! Like laughed, like cracked up. So I was like, thank God. That could have gone two ways.
That landed nicely.
My question for you about Jim Signorelli is, if you're shooting something on a Saturday or was this during the week?
It was during the week.
Okay, good. That story started to not check out. Yeah, okay. Because I think people at home don't realize when you do SNL, and if you're a host, you for sure probably don't get, like the first night is kind of easy. You meet Lorne, you go to a Monday meeting and everyone kisses your ass and you're like, this is John Hamm. And then everyone politely applauds and they go, next week, Sharon Stone. Everyone goes, yay. And then you immediately feel like an asshole.
Like the inside joke every week.
Inside joke we do every week. But then you kind of go to dinner at Orso, or I don't know what you do, or you just leave. And then you go, this isn't too hard. And then Tuesday you come in and it's writing
Wednesday
day.
Is where it's, Wednesday is the crazy day.
Yeah, Tuesday's
Orso
day.
Dinner night, and the host comes back after.
Dinner.
Yeah, and then writes and hangs out. And I think that's when, even when I went back to host twice, not three, which they're really not giving parties for the two-timers for sure. So I go and they go, and even knowing the drill, I'm at Orso nervous going, I think I got to get back there. Like, I want to get back there and just go over everything because I'm fucking starting to freak out that I'm not. Because even Tuesday day, no one does anything. And then no one's getting written. You're like, guys, we have all this time we're wasting, but every week the same thing.
Pizza, just hanging out, wasting time.
Time.
The entire system is based on procrastination coming from ADD. You can't really focus until there's a hard line. We got to go now. Yeah. That's so when you walk in there, were you more, okay, you did it 3 times. What was your nerve rate coming into that office on Monday, sitting there with all these sketch players? Where were you? Were you at a 10? Were you sort of naive, like maybe this will be fun, or what were you?
Maybe it'll be fun.
Maybe fun adventure.
True. It's true. You go, maybe this will be fun and easy, and then you quickly turns. You go, God damn.
Well, David's right though. Like, there's nothing on Monday that is really, if you haven't done it before, that suggests this is going to be terrifying.
So they start you out slow.
Backloaded.
Everybody's like calm and relaxed, and they're pitching ideas that'll never make it. The first time I came in and we had the meeting on Monday, the writers all came in dressed in 60s gear.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Everyone from Paul Appel to John Mulaney to Colin, everybody was like,
just
Hader
as
was
a
in
salute
drag.
to Mad Men?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Hader was
I've
in
never
drag.
heard him do that.
Lutz was dressed up like Joan. Like, it was
hysterical.
Amazing. Like, they all just raided the costume department and came in like that.
So they're in awe of you at this point, which is nice.
I was like, okay.
Well, they would love to be able to. Comedians want to be able to do what you do. You do comedy and that, but yeah, we kind of respect.
So, but
actors.
it was weird. It was, there's nothing to suggest like, oh, this is going to be terrifying until Wednesday when you have a packet of, 25
50?
sketches that you have to read at that table and try to get laughs. And you've seen them for exactly, maybe an hour or two to kind of go through
but
them.
you can't. I'm sure you don't even get to all of them. There's no way.
No,
I mean,
not at all. There's no way. I mean, it's a phone book size thing.
And
of
writers
sketches.
come in just to tell the
Hey,
crowd.
can you do a thing? Can you do a thing where you do a voice and it sounds kind of like the okay, yeah, do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one is this? I'm sorry. What?
Right. And then you're kind of Russian in this one, but not Ukrainian. Just play that a little bit. And then you're like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
okay.
You don't
And
have
they're
to sound exactly like an elephant, but just do whatever you can to feel like right. Go.
Your head's spinning, going, and then Lauren's
And it's
like,
every 5-6 seconds for about an hour until you go in that packed room with a low ceiling, and everyone waits for Lauren. And then he comes in and regally starts the read through, and it's like 4 hours of cold reading, essentially.
Cold reading.
Yeah.
solid BO, like off the charts. Everyone in there is sweating and grossed out, and there's no ventilation. Someone goes, Lauren will go, crack the window. And then someone reaches back. I got it, Lauren. That would be me usually. I got it.
Fade in. David is a waiter in an Italian restaurant. David goes to the table. David puts down the water.
Dana, I wrote this stupid one for Farley when we had no ideas. I wrote Goo Goo in the honey pot, and where he was so stupid, but it was like an 8-foot honey pot, and then he gets in there and he's stuck in honey in a diaper, and he keeps crawling out, and he's covered in honey. And they go, Goo Goo, were you in the honey pot? He goes, no. I go, I saw you in this area, but he's
Perfect
covered
for Farley.
Yeah, and he goes, David, you think we can do it? I go, it's just stupid enough it might work. So I hand it in knowing I'm light that week, and then Lauren gets through and he goes, Goo Goo in the honey pot. And then he turns the whole sketch over and goes, Wayne's World cold opening. I go, oh, he skipped it.
I never heard him skipping it.
Unheard of.
He didn't skip when I did Funny Little Poopy Head, and I had.
He should have.
I did Funny Little Poopy Head with Jan Hook. She was Mrs. Funny Little Poopy Head, and I had massive stage direction where Lauren had to say Funny Little Poopy Head over and over again, and with his voice, Funny Little Poopy Head is sad. Funny Little Poopy Head sits down. It's like that thing that Funny Little Poopy Head. And he bailed on your sketch because that sounded funny to me. With
and
Farley,
he never mentioned it. I know Farley would have crushed it.
Farley would have killed.
I think Sandler later wrote one. It's like not even writing. That one isn't even really writing either. But I think he put one where it's a film piece like for Signorelli where he's in a pool and he just puts all this suntan oil on, and then he just tries to get on the raft for about 4 minutes.
He can't get on the raft.
And he can't get on the raft.
Good.
And he's going, oh, God, which,
out.
we've gone to that well before, but it seemed to work.
Never not funny with Farley.
Yeah, and then I think that one even got like at least read. And then it's the sketch is like one paragraph, and then Farley struggles and screams for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Farley
then
falls down.
Dennis used to go, hey, Farley, you got Farley falls down. Anything else in the tank? Anything else for us?
Dennis
Any
would
other
just
moves?
Get rid of, he'd just lay waste all the junior varsity. Sandler, they're not buying the kooky guy, okay? Spade, wait till Carvey leaves, because David would sit behind me, and Lauren would go,
horrible,
David's
John.
ready at any time when you're not. But back to our guest, something that I love, I love this.
Yes.
I love Bill Hader. and love his Vincent Price. And then you came in and did James Mason, and you must have loved that because you did it great, and every line killed with James Mason.
That first of all, that sketch is so weird and specific, like,
and it crushed. Like a sketch should not kill that hard when it's
especially a sketch about a relatively obscure 50s, 60s,
totally very obscure to the young audience.
Guy. Tell me, Dane, I didn't
clearly
see it.
Nobody knows who Vincent Price is.
It's just a funny character. He's got a fake bird, and it's all black and white. And he's like, I don't even know if he's really trying to do a really accurate, but it's just a funny, hello, I'm Vincent Price.
Yeah, it's just kind of just off-putting. And then Fred Armisen as Liberace is...
Yeah, it's just... And Fred could do all that all day. Very musical. And then it's like a TV show, and it's going badly, and he's getting frustrated. So,
the whole trope of, like, bringing in special guests. I mean, now we have our special guest.
Yes, isn't this a great show?
Gloria Swanson. Again, like, no one one has any sense of who that is, except that she's a weirdo.
It's got a lot of views. I think people those get passed around.
I had to, we did that for Dress, and it was Dean Martin at Dress, and
really.
So, and it kind of fell flat. I guess my Dean Martin wasn't very good. Also, Lauren was like, well, here's the problem. It's a drunk playing a drunk, and it's a hat on a hat.
Hat on a hat.
Hat on a hat. That's very Lauren.
That's a big one.
What else can you do?
Right then?
Like, what?
Really? At like 10:30 on Saturday night?
Wow.
The show's on in 45 minutes? Yeah.
Come up with another obscure impression that will make sense.
Weird, and you can and get a 10 out of 10 on it and nearly nail it.
And so Hader comes in my dressing room and he's like, hey man, I don't know. I said, this is going to sound weird. I said, I can kind of do a James Mason. He goes, no way, do it. And I was like,
perfect.
Well, Joe, I don't know. And
that's it.
And he goes, perfect. That's it. That's done. And I think he and Mulaney had written the sketch together. So I can't remember who wrote it with him, but then we did that, like, and again, that was at like, 10:45. So, we're all up in Lauren's office. Like, so, John's going to do, is it James Mason? Okay. That's going to change from Dean Martin to James. So get out on the cards. None of the lines changed.
It was very casual.
He was an alcoholic, right? He was drunk and lascivious. It was just funny, sexually inappropriate. Yeah, it was just hysterical. Yeah, but that's impressive.
The reason I could do that is because me and Paul Rudd, growing up, we loved the movie Heaven Can Wait. And
I saw it.
James Mason plays the angel who kind of shepherds Warren Beatty's, journey, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But his line is, "You're dead, Joe." And so that's what we would always say to each other randomly. How you doing,
Charles Grodin and Diane Cannon.
Diane Cannon.
The whole freak.
Charles Grodin behind the curtain.
Is perfect.
Fucking great movie.
Jack Warden. Oh
yeah. Hey Max. So that
Jack
was that
Warden has one of the best lines in all of cinema, I think, in a little movie called Shampoo.
Oh, wait a minute. I saw it a month ago with my wife because we see it every year.
The movie's so good.
And the line is,
now that's what I call fucking.
So he catches Warren Beatty.
He doesn't realize it's Warren Beatty fucking his own girlfriend.
His own girlfriend,
like very
Julie
impressed
Christie,
with the skill
but he sees
involved.
him through a doorway, and he goes, "That's right." Geez, so you're a Warren Beatty, 70s Warren Beatty. Shampoo, Heaven Can Wait, the Parallax View.
I mean, there's nothing better.
The Parallax View. Wow.
I've gotten to hang out with him on quite a few occasions. He's a great guy. The stories are. You cannot have a dinner that's less than 3 hours with him.
I hung out with him once. Yeah, he's very bright.
Let's see if I can find it. Yep, there it is.
Oh, shit!
Wow. So what year was that? Were you?
That was probably 2016.
He just showed a picture. Everybody.
Did he reach out to you, or how do you guys have dinner, or did it mutual?
He was a fan of the show.
He would have loved that show. Because
were you getting cold calls?
Kind of, yeah. Sometimes.
From stars,
And then he and Annette had some friends that, like, one of them was a guy named Bill Pope, who was the director of photography for Baby Driver. So I think that was probably around
Baby Driver. Let's not forget.
Baby Driver. I think that makes sense because he was probably 30 or something when 1960 hit, and that the end of that era of slapping him on the bottom and all that pre-feminism.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, his first movie was like Barefoot in the Park, maybe, or was that Robert Redford? I can't remember.
That was Redford. It was 58.
But didn't he do the play?
He might have. Yeah, he might have. Yeah,
he did Wearing Shoes in the Park.
Huge Redford fan. I tried to convince my sons who are with me up here in Northern
he's a fucking stud.
to watch 3 Days of the Condor with me.
Oh,
we watched Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and they loved it.
Yeah.
Oh,
it doesn't get How about The Sting?
The Sting, I was about to say.
Sting.
Shit.
All the President's Men.
All the President's Men.
Don't get me started. The Horse Whisperer, whatever. He's amazing. But
The Electric Horseman, I think you mean.
The Horse Whisperer. Jane Fonda?
Oh, he had The Electric Horseman and then The Horse Whisperer later in 98. Yeah.
John, do you have any parts that they came to you and you had to pass up on that you didn't do that you would like to?
I couldn't.
Other than me and Grown Ups, other than my part in Grown Ups. I'm glad you said no.
I've had pretty good luck, honestly, of the things that I've turned down or not been able to do have not come back to kind of haunt me or anything like that. I was sort of loosely attached to Gone Girl at one point. There was meant to be a situation, and then it was because Mad Men was shooting. It was like, oh, okay, I can't do it. Like that's the way that goes. But I really liked that book and like the guys from St. Louis and
they did a good job with it. Yeah,
Ben did a great job. Ben's phenomenal. I love
Ben's
Ben.
great.
Those, but I haven't had very many of those. Those are like few and far between, which is nice. Like I don't have a lot of.
Yeah,
like,
you've done fine.
But yeah, like you said, Grown Ups. That was
when you said no to Grown Ups. No, but when you get involved with something like Curb Your Enthusiasm, is that something because you know Larry, or he just likes you and says, "Hey, do you want to come on? Beep, bop, boop, pop by."
I had done a weird little movie with Larry that was for HBO, I think, called Clear History, where he invents a car. It's a very convoluted setup, like most of his setups. And he invents this car, and it goes sideways, and he forgets about a lot of the. And I play the guy that owns the car company, like Elon Musk or whatever. And we had a really good time. We shot it in Boston with Greg Mottola, and had a great time doing it, and made each other laugh so much. We had so many great people in that film too. We had Michael Keaton, we had Hader, Jimmy Tingle. I mean, like all these Boston comics.
Jimmy Tingle, wow.
Shit, what a great name. Yeah, stand up. Yeah.
Yeah, we had all these like Boston comics that were bopping around, coming in and out. And it was really fun and funny, and we got to know each other a little bit and played a little golf in Boston. And ever since then he's kind of kept me in mind for stuff, and I've been able to do the show a couple times. It was always really fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's kind of a genius, I guess. I don't know where he has some frequency of all his own.
I've been watching a lot of old Seinfelds too, like which hold up so remarkably well. Like other than kind of the fashion, which stands out a bit, but the jokes and the stories, and you can so clearly hear Larry's voice in George Costanza. Not only that, but just in the stories, like the setups and the particular kind of annoyances of, the one that was on last night was the parking garage, where they just get stuck in the parking garage for the entirety of the episode.
Yeah. It's those little observations, little stand-up observations, but extenuated and just shot well, or there's a liveliness to him. I mean, Larry, when I was watching your episode last night, the two Larry David, it feels like he's not breaking, but he's enjoying it so much. He's kind of smiling a lot in a lot of his lines, even when
Jerry
he yells.
had that too on Seinfeld. You could see
Jerry
it.
absolutely had it, and Adam in his early films had it a little bit. It brings a lot of charm to the idea.
Because I'm enjoying this. People are too.
We know it's silly. Funny. It's funny. John, did you have this experience? So I did a Curb where I guess this is how they do it. They have a loose script.
Yeah.
This was the fun for me, because I don't improv a lot. I mean, in these movies, we do a couple things, but a whole scene where they go, okay, you're leaving a Lakers game. You run into Larry and they go, you are going to defend yourself with whatever he's going to say to you. And then they go over to him and they talk to him. And I go, what's he going to do? They go, you'll find out. So that's all we got. And then we meet with a crowd, and then we both have a friend with us, and then he starts going after me about something, and I start defending myself. And then we cut, and then we go back, and they go, now brag about what you're doing. And then they go, and then he's going to do something else. And it was so fun because you got to be on your fucking toes. And he's great. And everyone in the scene is always good because they're going to hire everyone good. Is it like that kind of?
That's pretty much it. I mean, the last one I did was with Albert Brooks and Laura Keitlinger and, JB and, so many, everybody at that point kind of knows what they're doing on that set. And you just kind of, it's not unlike SNL. You just want to try to stay out of the way and understand that the process is going to be the process and it's going to work and you can contribute where you can. And that was my, I was able to do that and pitch ideas and say like, what if I'm, this, or what if I'm that? And
so what kind of ideas would you pitch? And were they?
I had that. My idea for this last one was that my character, I'm about the least Jewish person in the universe. Like I'm a Roman Catholic from St. Louis, Missouri,
Lutheran.
But I said like, what if I'm just like, understand, like I'm trying to like pepper my conversation with like Jewish phrases and words and but I get them wrong, or I'm almost right with them, and they thought that was a pretty funny idea.
And they don't it rubs them wrong a little bit,
and kind of like, that's not what you want to say, like but delivered with like the ultimate confidence, like most that thing in LA of people that do 100% wrong but saying it out loud and proud.
That's my life. That's my whole life.
I know, it's amazing. People with no information have fake it till you make it.
What's the one thing other than Mad Men? What are the couple things that people stop you and they know you from? What's the easiest stuff? Oh, the fucking town guy.
It's a great movie.
I love the town.
I get that in Boston and I get that in airports. The TSA love the town.
Yeah.
The TSA loves it. Yeah, I see the town, and that's one when it comes on, unless one of my movies is on. If it comes on, I watch the whole thing, unless Benchwarmers is on. And so the town is such a badass movie, and I love it's all Boston. It's all fucking weird. Not weird, it's just cool.
It was a really fun one to make, too. Like, we were all kind of, everybody was, Renner was just coming off of Hurt Locker, and Rebecca Hall had, I think she was in Iron Man or something. Like, everybody was kind of coming off their own thing, and it was Ben's second directorial effort, and his first one was so good, Gone Baby Gone. Yeah. So it was really kind of fun and exciting, and Warner Brothers like left us alone really like to make this thing, and it was great how it was like kind of this weird perfect storm. The other guys in the crew with Ben and Jeremy were these kind of local guys that were just kind of scary enough to be believably, kind of low level criminals. And it was fun. It was just fun. We got really, really lucky. We got to shoot in Boston in the fall, and it didn't snow or rain or any of that stuff. We got to bang around Fenway Park,
it seemed like you had run of the town.
How has Ben as a director? Like, how did he? I
mean, he's great, and like I felt for him. Obviously, it's like that's the hardest job on the set, especially when you're also the lead of the film.
Impossible.
And he's also in Boston. Like everywhere he goes, he is remarkable. And he's a big dude. Like he's probably 6'4", 6'5". Like he's a tall guy. He's not hiding in plain sight.
Right.
So everywhere he goes, Ben, hey, he's Jesus,
Hey, guy, what's going on, guy?
Hey, it's fucking Ben Affleck. Get over here. Give me your fucking hug.
Too good for us,
and that's his mother, ladies and gentlemen. I got to tell you.
Thank you. Yeah.
God damn it, Tom.
But yeah, so he had a lot on his plate, but he pulled it off, and he did the smart thing, which I think the lesson to be learned from that is like he hired amazing department heads. Like our director of photography was this guy, Robert Elswit, who shot important. There Will Be Blood, among other things, and won his fair share of hardware. And he had really, really talented camera operators and art department people and stunt guys and second unit. And it was.
But you guys seem to like really block off chunks of the city and get to drive all over and do everything. It's fun on a movie. You're like, you run the whole town. It's great.
Yeah, especially that guy in that town. That's for sure.
do a movie with me in Scottsdale. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, in August.
You'll see what's up. Yeah.
We shoot in the afternoons. You'll enjoy it.
We shoot at dusk for 1 hour.
It's called sunburn / windburn.
I always watch movies to see how many nights they shoot, to see how much complaining I would be doing. I'm like, look at all these fucking nights, man. Why didn't anyone say anything?
What if it's vampires?
I could never.
But they're
in the daytime. Yeah,
the daytime.
They don't drink blood.
Ruins the whole movie. I don't care. I'm like, it's easier to shoot.
Do you have a wish list of, like, if you got a script across your desk, like, would you like to do something way comedic or like, I've been told by a prosthetic makeup artist that everyone wants rubber on their face ever since Churchill with who won the Oscar. Sorry, one of my favorites.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah. So now everyone wants some prosthetics because that's how you get at least a nomination. Like for you to hide John Hamm, you know what I mean, would be kind of interesting.
I hate sitting in the makeup chair. Like, I cannot stand it. And
there goes your Oscar.
Yeah, there goes my Oscar. But
how about a bald cap?
Let's be honest, it wasn't happening anyway.
Did you wear a bald cap on SNL? We're jumping around.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
they're popping wigs on and off.
They put wigs on you on top of it, so the one of your own hair is always like a little wrong.
And exactly.
You're like, this is me and my own hair in the monologue, and you still got a bald cap on. Everyone's like, his hair looks like shit. Yeah.
But at least I'm now sweating from my dome of my head all the way down my back.
My head is wet. Ugh. Yeah.
No, the fun thing for me would have been to be a part of the Star Wars stuff. But I think that ship has sailed because I was such a huge Star Wars fan back when I was little. And I remember being like in 3rd grade or something and Star Wars coming out and it, it starts with the big crawl, right? And it says episode 4. And you were like, episode 4? Like, what are you talking about?
What did I miss? Yeah.
What did I miss? Like there were 3 episodes that just didn't exist.
It's so weird they started like that.
And A New Hope, episode 4. And so then like the rumor mill started among the 3rd graders of like, well, there's 9 of these. There's meant to be 9 of them. We read it in like Fangoria magazine or something, and like you thought, wow, 9 more Star Wars. That's going to be amazing. And they're not meant to be completed until 2019, which back then was 40 years later. You're like, what? I got to wait 40 years for these? Like, no way.
They go, and 2 are going to be good. So you don't know which 2.
Yeah, exactly. Did you literally at your age, you might have had Star Wars little figures?
Oh, I had figurines. I had a poster. I had sheets. I had the whole deal. Yeah. It was a big part of my life. So I had the little Darth Vader shaped case that you kept your little guys in.
Hot.
So anyway, but I never got the call for that one, but I don't know. It's
never too late.
We just shot the Fletch, which we were rebooting.
Oh, you did? I knew you were Fletch.
Whoa!
So,
hold the phone.
I love it.
That was pretty exciting.
We were going to ask you about Fletch.
To do that. That was in Boston again. The 3rd book in the series takes place in Boston, and
hey, Fletch guy.
How did you? I mean, obviously you've been asked this question, but like, how did you evolve it to match, John Hamm? Did you?
Well, part of it was, obviously, I looked at it kind of like. And Greg Matola, who I worked with on this, we both kind of were like, it's kind of like a cover song, right? It's a cover version of a song. We already have Hey Jude.
Yeah.
So why would you do it just like Hey Jude? Like maybe mix it up a little bit. And so we were very cognizant of not doing Chevy.
Yeah.
And not doing, teeth and wigs and this and that's. And we wanted to still make it funny, but we wanted to keep it more in line with the tone of the novel, which is almost more of like a whodunit, and he's still a wise ass, and he still gets himself into trouble and has to talk his way out, and it's still funny, and there's still jokes, but
really fun to play.
It was super funny, and it was John Slattery's in it with me, and I got
your bandmate, former bandmate. You guys have a lot of chemistry.
We got the band back together in some way, so. We had a great time. The good news about it is like there's 9 more books. So if we are able to sell it to some streamer, we can probably make some more. But It was a blast. That was another character in my youth where we all
huge movie, and Chevy was great.
Enjoyed
in it,
that.
Did you do characters in it where you're undercover, like with a mustache or something? Did you do any of that? Or
we didn't. We kind of shied away from that. We thought that was a real good way to get
in trouble
with whoever,
the comedy police,
sued by Chevy.
It's fun to be the guy talking your way out of something. In other words, lying basically as an actor, right?
Yeah,
it's really fun. Like I was on here,
hard
I
to
didn't
do
park. That's not my car. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Oh no! I just came by to say hello, and if you we
had another part that was really fun for me because I don't really get a chance to do this a lot was like developing the script and then having like Zooms like this, but with comedy writers and having everybody pitching ideas and thoughts. And we had like Murderers Row. We had Paula Pell. We had Bill Hader. We had so many great Robert Carlock. We had so many great minds that were kind of throwing out
what
ideas.
A gift.
And one of the best ones was, and I won't ruin it, but it's basically the end of the movie that Bill Hader came up with. He's like, I've never seen this, but what if you do this? And he explained it to me. I was like, that's a great idea. And we immediately stole it and put it in the movie.
What was it?
He can't tell you.
Oh, you can't tell us? Well, let's guess. Okay, I'll be Bill Hader. All right, what if like, all right, at the end of the movie, right, you go, hey, you wake up.
Medium hater right there.
You wake up, right? I don't know where I am.
You say it's a medium hater?
Yeah. It's a medium hater. There's some... One thing that's unique about Bill, he's so brilliant. And a lot of times comedians aren't an audience, but man, does he laugh.
He laughs. He's a good laugher.
Everybody.
That's for sure.
Laughers are so important in comedy. People forget.
Now that's a must-see. We can look for that in 2022.
Hopefully by the end of the year. I think who knows anymore what movies are. I shot Top Gun 2 2.5 years ago.
Jesus,
that's been sitting in a can forever. Although it looks like it's coming out.
Cruise Cruise gets released when Cruise is ready to release.
Yeah. Dude, whenever it's possible,
well, tell me once it comes out. I love anyone who'll hang from an airplane, go to the space station. It's huge Tom Cruise.
He's running out of crazy stunts. He's like, I get sucked into the jet engine, and then pieces of me come out. And we sell them as NFTs. They're like, well, I don't know if that would.
That's not what an NFT is, Tom. It's called Not for Tom.
He's swallowed by a whale. No, he's actually going to the space station. But did you get in a jet on that one? Were you riding around with Tom?
I didn't have to get in on a jet. Okay. I play kind of the boss. Like, damn it, Maverick. Exactly. Your ego's writing checks your body can't cash.
People ask us, like, how do you have a movie career? And one way is just having franchises that just sort of make movies. So,
man.
you can't predict it.
He's got like 4. He's got Reacher.
He's got Mission
Impossible.
He'll keep doing Top Guns. The suit fits, the helmet. I mean, he's amazing. He is amazing.
So Top Gun, you shot before Corona was invented, and then
before Corona was perfected.
Yes, it's getting better. First of all, Corona.
I got Omicron right now. I'm feeling good.
I know. I like Omicron. It's been not gone, but it's slowed down a hair, and then the war started the next day. You're like, give us one fucking second.
Give us a breath.
One second.
One good day.
Yeah, one good day. We don't have to worry about long
They're going to be
COVID.
like, you have to wear a mask now because of the war. I'm like, wait, why? And they're like, don't ask questions. This is Dr. Fauci. There's a mask and there's a war and you got to wear. I'll explain later.
There's going to be a lot more variants, so don't get cocky. Put your fucking mask in, get in your house, and stare at the ceiling. I'm Tony Fauci. Go fuck yourself.
The good news is there's only 24 letters in the Greek alphabet, so, somehow we
run out. We got another 18 years.
Yeah, we're getting one from Hawaii. It's called the Pineapple Express. Your head turns into
a Lulu.
Yeah, exactly. Lulu, to serve with love. Sidney
John
Poitier.
was, I have one question. I know we got to let John go soon, but he's got to go to the airport. A lot of the female fans asked if you would wear sweatpants to the airport. I don't even understand that question.
I tend to dress up for the airport. Thank you very much.
I think
my grandmother taught me to wear nice clothing to the airport.
It's a big wiener question. I think that's what they're getting at.
I have a feeling it was.
I like it. We're about to say wham, bam, thank you, ham to this guy. I was waiting for that one. I stole it from your monologue.
Wham, bam, thank you, ham. That was exactly the same one.
Yeah, that was.
You said they called you the hammer or hammer time or something.
Spader, what is that skateboard deck behind you?
John, finally someone fucking asked me the tough questions. Dana doesn't care.
What's that?
This is
that's how I paint. That's like what I do. Go ahead.
This is there's an artist, Richard Prince, and this is a skateboard deck because I used to skate. I still milk it out. I'm not any good, but my brother gave me that because he's big into art. And but I didn't know what to put in the background. John's like, "Oh, I have louvers. I want everyone to know I'm rich."
I have a skateboard deck that was signed by Tony Hawk somewhere in here. I think it might have got pushed,
Tony Hawk, the best one. Dana, the best skater.
So, you're going to Switzerland. We've never had someone on the podcast who was leaving to
You skipped the fact that Tony Hawk was my stunt double in Police Academy 4?
Was it?
Dana?
Your skate double?
Mm-hmm. And he was about 6'10".
Yeah, no, he's a little...
And he rides Goofy. No, I ride Goofy. He rides regular.
I ride Goofy.
Yeah, John, we could tear it up. Fucking Melrose, going to Belmont.
William Morris drops you, and then you become John Hamm. Do you ever run into those guys, and you get up in their face a little bit, or?
Oh, hi, William Morris. Remember me?
Yeah. Don't you think there should always be one person working for WME whose name is William Morris?
Yeah.
So that you could go and be like, "You're the guy.
You're the guy.
You're the origin of this."
And it's literally like some schmuck in the mailroom, like, "What? I didn't even want to work here. They just made me."
I went over there when I started with Endeavor when they started. That's how old I am. And then they merged. I'm boring the audience again. Okay.
You know what people love to talk about?
Yeah. What? Agencies.
Well, they love to talk about people who doubted you, then you made it, and then you shit all over them. They like that revenge of the, hey, William Morris.
You were in a Super Bowl commercial, but Seth Rogen did one with your precious Paul Rudd. Were you jealous that you weren't the other guy and it wasn't you and Paul Rudd?
I think that yes. The short answer is yes.
Yes, that's the right answer.
And knowing probably within the ballpark of what he got paid for that, I'm really jealous. But I think that the fun thing about commercials now is that no one gives a shit.
It doesn't matter.
In 15, 20 years ago, like George Clooney did an ad and Brad Pitt did an ad, and everyone thought the world was ending.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, we're allowed to do that now? Like, cool.
You could also do them over in Europe and they didn't know about it, but now...
Yeah, like Mel Gibson selling Japanese whiskey or something.
Yeah, now you could do them. You could do commercials. There's no difference between live streaming and movies. Everything is just...
When I started on OnlyFans, everyone's... All right. Well, let's let John go. He's got a flight.
Isn't it OnlyFan?
Mine is, yeah.
No, mine does pretty well. I do pretty well.
$500,000 a month.
Yeah.
Gross, though.
Look at Dana. I'm rich. I have stairs. Oh, people can't see his house. Shit.
And a dark room under the stairs.
I know. Where are you?
What if my wife came out of there with handcuffs on? Yeah, that's just... this is
that where Harry Potter lives?
Is that the Lovely Bones?
This house was built in 1912, and yes, it has ghosts, and they visit all the time. Yeah, I've had definite poltergeists.
Are you in the San Francisco area? Or
yeah, Northern California.
Russian Hill?
Redwood trees and stuff. Where the exact
Pacific Heights?
Yeah. Just my wife grew up here in this town, so just have a house
a lovely
here.
Town. I got to go to the Lucas Ranch over in the City.
Oh, you did.
That was pretty neat. That was as close as I got to being on Star Wars. It was
guess what? I kind of know George Lucas, and
really
keep your phone close because you should definitely be in a Star Wars movie if you want to. They're going to keep making them. Oh, no, they had to take a break because they got greedy and did one every 3 months, and everyone we need 2 or 3 years. Oh, yeah.
Did you go to the kennel where they keep the baby Chewbacca's? All right, I'm out of jokes. I got to go.
First comes the joke, then comes the laughter,
God
then comes failure. First try joke not work.
Not try, dude.
Then comes unemployment.
There is no try.
Babits.
Is no try. Only have I can't. I don't want to get blue. Anyway, I'm going to sing. We always close off with a song.
Thank you, John. No, we didn't.
No. It's Mad Men.
I would have gone with it.
It's raining Mad Men. Well, we got to thank John for being super cool. And whenever I see you out, you're always nice. It's fun to talk to you. It's always a good laugh.
It's a great pleasure, and thank you for having me.
Thanks
really
for coming on. We're not smartless. We're clueless. And listen, they're our nemesis. No, we admire them.
I'm using their microphone to record your podcast. So
is that true?
There you go.
We're not smartless. We're clueless. But anyway, this is fun, and it's so fun to meet you. It's a real a thrill
Well, we'll see you down the line, as they say, if I make it back from Europe in one piece. But
good luck.
Other than that,
Next time, on SNL, let's go on and do a guest spot at least or something. Be in the cold opening.
See you at the 50th, as they say.
Oh, that's right. Dane, I'll get you a ticket. All right, we got to go.
Fly on the Wall has been a presentation of Cadence 13.
Please listen, then rate, review, and follow all episodes.
Executive produced by Dana Carvey and David Spade, Chris Corcoran of Cadence 13, and Charlie Finan of Brillstein Entertainment. Production and engineering led by Greg Holtzman, Richard Cook, Serena Regan, and Chris Basil of Cadence 13.